What is up, my friends? We are live for the Carabao Cup final against Newcastle. How are we? I hope we've all had a wonderful weekend so far. Obviously, the nerves are kicking in, right? We're nice and early here. Plenty of time to talk about the game before we get underway. And as always, thank you to our sponsors, Manscaped, as well. Always with us on a match day. You can get yourself 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com with our code Anfield20. Right. How are we feeling? What are we thinking about the team news? We're waiting for it to come in. As soon as it drops, we will bring it to you. But let us know your thoughts on it. Currently in the Premier League, by the way, it is still Arsenal 1, Chelsea 0 in that game. I have it on here in the background, so I'll keep you up to date with that one. Jay Muse, lovely to see you in as always, my friend. I hope you're well. Scotty, nice to see you. Colin, Steve, Luke, Muckrab, how are we all? Steve Kirkman, nice to see you as well. Mike Manser, Paul Parkinson, lovely to see you guys in. Are we nervous? I don't know how I feel yet. I'm sure I'll get nervous as we get a little bit closer to kickoff. I think I just want to see the starting 11. Colin said, when I get nervous, I clean the house. Yeah, that doesn't apply to me, mate. No. Sabrina goes on a mad one, though, sometimes. You know, when Sabrina's full of energy or, I don't know, upbeat, she does the same. She goes on a mad cleaning buzz. It never, ever have the urge to clean me. So, yeah, I'd probably be the exact opposite. What do I do when I'm full of energy? Probably just become annoying, actually. I think my missus would back me up on that one. I probably just annoy the crap out of everyone. But with stupid childish little jokes. But hey, look, you wouldn't expect any different of me, would you? Arsenal currently won against Chelsea, so I got a bad feeling about Chelsea versus Arsenal. I mean, don't worry about Chelsea versus Arsenal. It's kind of irrelevant. Arsenal aren't catching us. You don't need to worry about that. If they win this, what are they into 12 then? They'll have played the same amount of games as us. They're not pulling that back. So I wouldn't be concerned about it, my man. We've got 9 games to go. They need us to lose 5 of them. Or 4 of them and draw 1. And we ain't doing that in the last 9 games. So, all good. Steve Kirkman said, no nerves for me. Very confident today as the boys will be ready. Good. I like it. You know, you just wonder how much that extra time would have taken out of the lads on Tuesday night. But, you know, it is 5 days later, so they have had plenty of time to recover. It'll be interesting to see in the team selection if he does go with Cody Gakpo. Obviously didn't look too fit when he came. Well, that's me being kind, isn't it? He didn't look fit at all when he came on Tuesday. But, you know, 3 more days, 4 more days training. You never know. Right. Arsenal player down. Martinelli's currently down on the ground there in that game. By the way, if you watch that game, oh my, what a boring watch it's been. It really is just... And the atmosphere inside the Emirates is... you can hear a pin drop at times, to be honest with you. I'm still on coffee duty. Still getting the coffee into me. Of course, coffee went down the wrong hole. There you go. So, right, ladies and gents, look, give us some predictions here for the game. What are we thinking? We don't want this one going to extra time and penalty, surely. And one more question I want to ask is, do you think you're going to see Kelleher or Alisson start? That's the very interesting one for me here. I think Quiveen deserves to start, personally. It's been his competition. He's won 2 finals as well, so... Stevie Kirkman's going 2-0, solid double. He remembered to unmute. I did, Sam. I did. I was coughing after swallowing the coffee incorrectly. You think I'd learn how to swallow at this point in my life, wouldn't you? Now. Don't be thinking dirty things. 4-2. CHD Warriors going for. I've got a feeling slot will start Ali, said Dylan Adams. Poll up there in the chat. Connor's just posted, who do you think should start in this one? Optimistic, said Graham Davies. Nice one, Graham. Nice one. I'm loving the optimism. Good, keep it coming. More of this, please. I think I slept awkwardly on my right arm last night. Just got a bit of a pain in my elbow. Don't know if that's... I've got the lucky hoodie on. I know it wasn't lucky against PSG, but, you know, that has to be the exception that proves the rule, right? Kelleher should start 2-1, said Graham Davies. Get it together, Chelsea, a bunch of bums, said Matt. There you go, straight to the point, Matt. I love it. Spencer Price has gone 3-1. Zum has gone 2-1. Mo and Dom to score. Luke has gone 2-1. Liverpool in extra time. Canada's in the house. FP, how are we, my friend? Nice to see you. So, did we watch the boxing last night, anybody? Well done, Nick Ball, beating TJ Dehaney, 10th round. Well, stopped at the end of the 10th round. And hopefully he gets a new way next, because that would be an incredible fight. So that was interesting viewing last night. I'm not sure if any of you did tune in to watch the boxing, but you know me, big boxing fan. Carl, how are you, bro? 4-0. Nice. I mean, I don't think it will be a 4-0 one-sided final, but I tell you what, I'd be very, very happy if it was, Carl. Be nice to not have to sweat a final, wouldn't it? To just ease through. I'll be interested to see Newcastle's tactics as well. Do they sit back and try and catch us on the break, or do they go on the front foot? You know, they've got the weight of history behind them as well. 70 years since that last major trophy, and I think they've lost 4 or 5 Wembley finals. I think it might be 5 actually, but certainly at least 4. Connor said, anybody up to 4 a.m. to watch the F1 didn't manage personally. I slept through it. Do you know what? I was awake. I was keeping tabs on it. I didn't watch it because, you know, I don't really watch Formula 1, but I was keeping tabs on it just to see. And it was interesting, yes. Very, very interesting. Lando Norris won it, didn't he? I think Verstappen second, Hamilton 10th in his first race for Ferrari. I think he was lapped on the, not lapped, but overtaken, wasn't he, on the last lap, Hamilton as well, if I'm not mistaken. And you're supposed to be the F1 fan, Connor. Come on now. You're supposed to be the F1 fan. I was just awake, basically. That was my claim to fame on that one. Jay's Mighty Red Army said, my heart says Liverpool 2 win, but my head says extra time Newcastle win on pens. I don't know what to expect. I need to see the team news first. Nomad, nice to see you, bro. I don't know if you guys caught the Glasgow Derby earlier on as well. Well, the Glasgow Derby, the Old Firm Derby. Late win for Rangers in that one. They went 2-0 up. Celtic brought it back to 2-1. Then Rangers, 88th minute winner. Why does Chelsea's kit remind me of a bus seat? Oh, it looks like a Dublin bus seat. Although Bohemians, a club over here in Ireland, did bring out a Dublin bus shirt. If I'm not mistaken, Connor will be able to tell me that as he's the Bows fan. USA caught by 3-1 to us. Let's go. Love it, mate. Keep the optimism coming. Do get those likes up as well, folks, if you can. We did start nice and early today, so thank you to everyone that joined us that little bit early. We thought would it be a cup final. We wanted to come on and chat with everybody early doors and let Craig drink his coffee. Okay. I don't know why I shouted into the microphone there. I've got a question. Coffee drinkers. What is the strongest coffee you've ever had? If you're a tea drinker, I guess you pass over this one. Jay Muse, don't be teasing me with pancakes, mate. Pancakes for brunch. Look, he's teasing me. Sabrina had some mad high protein pancakes last night, actually. Banana and protein pancakes. I'd rather go hungry than eat banana and protein, but... Yeah, so yeah, most strong coffee you've ever had, let me know. For me, it would have to be in Little Havana in Florida. I had Cuban coffee, and it was like I took drugs, honestly. Excuse me, it was mental. It was like syrup. It was so thick, but I was buzzing after I drank it. I'll never forget that cup of coffee. I've never had anything like it since. I don't like coffee, love tea, said Zum. I mean, you must be, I don't know, either too young or too full of energy. I need my coffee, Zum. I can't function without coffee. If I don't have 2 or 3 cups of coffee, I can't get functioning for the day at all. Need me coffee. Starbucks. Do you know what? I'm not a fan of Starbucks coffee. I prefer a Costa coffee over a Starbucks. Strongest cup I ever had was my first attempt using a French press. Grossly misjudged the amount to put in it. There you go. Have a Cuban coffee, mate. It's the best. Oh, that I was just saying, Jay. That is the strongest cup I've ever had. Was in Little Havana. We were in Miami. We were doing a bus tour, and one of the stop off were in Little Havana, and they gave us a cup of coffee in there. And my goodness, like syrup, mate. It was absolutely amazing. Definitely best cup of coffee I've ever had. Ironically, though, I don't know if this is irony actually, but the second best cup of coffee or strongest I also had was also in America. It was in Denny's. Denny's, I had this mad coffee in Denny's as well that was really strong. My decent comment on Colombian coffee wasn't allowed. I don't know what the word would have been that got that stopped from you, mate. I've had it before, it's wild, said Zum. Oh, dude. I love a good strong coffee, though. Sheriff Torchwood, how are you, bro? First super chat at the final. Welcome in. I'm looking forward to this match. So am I. So, excuse me. What we're going to do today, and I'm not tempting fate. If we lose, we'll do our match reaction as normal. If we win the final, we're not going to break for our match reaction. We're going to stick all the way through because, well, we want to be with you for the trophy lift. So if Liverpool do go on to lift the cup today, we won't be taking a break and coming back for the match reaction. We're just going to go straight through because we don't want to miss anything and we want to be enjoying it with you. But of course, if we lose, then we'll do our usual. And I have done my usual. I have stuck 20 quid on Newcastle just in case. I always do this in cup finals. I've been saying it to you guys for years. Always bet against us. So if we lose, at least I win some money. If we win, I don't care about losing the 20 quid. So that's my rationale anyway behind it. Luke said he had a coffee in New York, blew his head off. Nice. Denny's is for meatheads and miserable truck drivers. That coffee has to be banging. Well, it was. It absolutely was. I remember I had a stack of pancakes, buttermilk pancakes, and Denny's coffee, and my God, mate, it was absolutely, as you said, banging. It was a lot stronger than one in IHOP as well. Anyway, so look. Sorry, I was getting confused by one of the comments in the chat. So look, we are now just an hour and 15 minutes away from kickoff. Team news should be coming in soon enough, and we will bring it to you. I'm buzzing for this one. Love a cup final, mate. Absolutely love it. The Reds down at Wembley South. I've been actually following the Echo Live blog, believe it or not. They've done some good. You know, I'm always up for going in on the Echo when I feel they need it, but they've done some good blogging today about the cup final. Reds travelling down from all over the country, and it gets you in the mood, you know. Just seeing all the photographs of all the Reds travelling down to Wembley, young and old. Yeah, it's beautiful. The Nothing Above Us But Sky banner was there as well, ready to go. My confidence has grown in the past few days, said Dylan Adams. Nice. I just hope we aren't sluggish. I hope we're at it. Cup finals are always difficult to predict, you know. But I hope we're at it. I hope we don't start the game slowly and are on the back foot. Be nice to perform well. And then whatever happens, happens, you know. It's a cup final. Two teams deserve to be there. Obviously, Newcastle, 70 years to wait for that trophy. The Reds looking to get the first bit of silverware under Arne's slot. Do you know what? Who was the last English manager to win a domestic trophy? Anybody know the answer to that one off the top of your heads? Has to be a while, right? I'm trying to think back. Has to be a while since we had an English. So we reckon... Yeah, we're still waiting. The team news might be 3:30, by the way. We're still waiting. It might just be an hour before kickoff. They are into the last 2 minutes now, plus stoppage time at the Emirates. Still 1-0 Arsenal. Harry Redknapp, was it? Was it Harry Redknapp? When they won the FA Cup? No, Graham. I think Redknapp, yeah. I think they're right. Now that you've mentioned Redknapp, I think you're spot on. Won it with Portsmouth. Yeah, I think that could be the answer. Well played. Harry Redknapp, FA Cup 2008. There you go. 17 years then since an English manager has lifted a trophy at Wembley. And well played. Who got that one right first? Stevie Kirkman. Well played, sir. Thank you for sharing that one. Harry Redknapp. There we go. Do I watch the MLS? My local team, Chicago, won yesterday and have started the season well under new manager Greg Berhalter. Do I watch it? Not anymore. I watched it religiously up until it went onto Apple TV and behind another paywall, and then I stopped watching it. Craig educating himself on stuff he read out in the preview video. I knew that, Connor. I was just testing everybody else. I knew it. Yeah, I probably should have remembered that one, Cros. But it's too early for me to be remembering stuff, Connor. Come on now. So yeah, Nick, I used to watch the MLS all the time when it used to be on Sky Sports, especially because, you know, a lot of the kickoff times were right in my wheelhouse late at night. But when it went to Apple TV, I refused to buy the package because I don't like it that much. So yeah, and I wonder if there are many people like me around the world who would have tuned into the MLS, but obviously when Messi went and they had to get that Messi money back, I stopped watching it because I'm not paying for an extra subscription. I already have enough subscriptions to watch football. But yeah, I used to watch it all the time. I loved it. Atlanta was my first MLS shirt. And then I bought an Orlando one, and I've had another Atlanta one since, and Connor's bought a couple of Seattle ones. Well, he bought one Seattle one and got two of them. Do you remember the lovely Seattle shirt, the Jimi Hendrix one? Do you know how jammy Crosby is? He ordered one of them and they accidentally sent him two. And it was already a tough enough shirt to get your hands on, and he ended up with two of them. Ashley, how are you, bro? Ashley said, looking forward to the game. Got back from Liverpool around an hour ago. First time I've been to the city. Really enjoyed it. It's a class place, mate. My mate Jimbo was messaging me last night about a trip he's doing, and was asking me about Liverpool as well. And he was pleasantly surprised when I told him about all the cool stuff to do over there. It's just a great city. Really easy to navigate around, and can't wait to be back over there myself. So yeah, glad you enjoyed it, Ashley. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it is a match day, so just want to again remind you we are being brought to you with thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Why not treat yourself to the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra all-in-one men's grooming kit featuring the Lawnmower 5.0, which is your main razor there for downstairs. It's got Manscaped's skin-safe technology. It has a battery that lasts 90 minutes and a bright LED spotlight, as well as being waterproof. On top of that, you get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Manscaped's 2 liquid formulations, and a couple of free gifts, the Shed travel bag and the boxer briefs. All you need to do to get yourself 20% off and free shipping is use the code ANFIELD20. That's ANFIELD20 for 20% off and free shipping store-wide, or scan the QR code. What's this one? Yeah, that link isn't working for me, Mark, unfortunately. I think X is still shitting the bed from the stuff that happened midweek. Craig has a lot of subscriptions. I do. A lot. But I'm not paying another one. I'm not paying for... What's this one? It's a leaked one. So according to a leaked 11, we think Jota starts up top, folks. I give up at that point, honestly. So, according to a leaked 11 that isn't confirmed, Jota starts. So, it would be Diaz, Salah, Jota. Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, and then the back four exactly as you expected. But we have to urge that isn't confirmed yet. I don't understand that decision from Arne Slot, by the way. I've got to say that early doors. Because Diogo Jota was awful in the Champions League game. I guess, again, it comes down to, does he want to play him? Does he want to play Darwin? Or is Cody Gakpo just not fit enough to start again? If Jota got bullied by smaller PSG centre-backs, I can't imagine Newcastle centre-backs having a hard time. It feels wrong to me, because we did that midweek and it did not work at all. So, I don't know. Look, with 1 minute of stoppage time left in the Arsenal game, so it looks like they're going to bore their way to a 1-0 victory. Yeah, free kick as well deep inside the Chelsea half. So it looks like they're closing into 12 points with 9 games to go. Of course, they'll try to convince themselves now they're on for a Champions League and Premier League double. Anfield Arts, how are you, my friend? Welcome in. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Da, 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 da. Okay, 1 second. So we believe Kelleher's starting in goal as well, by the way. Scout Stewart, nice to see you, my man. Hope you're well. Look at Gabriel trying to get the crowd up. Like, you're winning 1-0 in the most boring game ever to come within 12 points of the eventual champions. How we doing? Hope all is well. All good. All good, Stuart, my man. Just a bit nervy, obviously. It's a cup final and hoping to see Arne lift his first bit of silverware, and of course see Virgil lift it up. It's full time at the Emirates. Lego Man FC 1. Spend all the money FC 0. So there we go. That one's finished up. Now we can sit back and prepare for the main event. Off to the pub for the game. 2-0 to the Reds for me, said Elvic. Do you know what? I hate watching football in the pub. I hate it. Too much noise, too much distractions, but I guess the atmosphere would be decent, alright? The last time Leeds won the championship. Yes, last time we won the Prem, Leeds won the championship, but We're going to win the Prem this year regardless of what happens with Leeds. I do hope they come back up though. I've got a soft spot for Leeds. Happy St. Patrick's Day Eve to everyone in the chat. How are we, John? Nice to see you, my man. It's Happy St. Patrick's Day Eve. Yeah, that's right, actually. And we're off on holidays then on Wednesday, so I'm really excited. Looking forward to a very well-earned week off with no distractions and some relaxation. Can't wait. That match nearly put me into a coma, said Nick. Yeah, it wasn't great, was it, Nick? It was a pretty dull affair. I got to watch from about 30 minutes onwards, and it wasn't great. Elvic said, going to the Legends game next week against Chelsea. Happy days. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. Hopefully get the weather for it as well. I mean, it's starting to change now. The weather's starting to get a little bit warmer, isn't it? It's great to finally start to put winter behind us because I hate winter, especially here in Ireland, man. It's so miserable. But good weather's on the way in. So fingers crossed we get a nice summer. Right, Major Zero. How are you, bro? Said, off to be by myself on meds. Let me know the good news. No need to be by yourself, mate. Stick here with us. We'll keep you up to date, upbeat, and we'll have a laugh. But either way, if you're watching the game, I hope you enjoy it. Babatunde, do you think Salah will perform today? I hope so. But, you know, if I'm being honest, Babatunde, he hasn't been great in the last few, but it is a cup final. I'm sure he wants that silverware, and hopefully, I just hope the lads have recovered enough from Tuesday. And thank you, Babatunde, for being a member with us for 4 months as well, bro. Appreciate you. Michael said, it's my birthday on Tuesday. Going out with a lady to eat, then having a lovely evening, 18th March. Nice, enjoy. Happy birthday to you, Michael. I hope you have a lovely day. Well, take care of yourself, Major Zero, man. Take care of yourself and enjoy the game. Spurs genuinely the most unpredictable team in the world. The amount of bets they've ruined for me. Oh, mate. Who was it? Barcelona do it to me all the time. Barcelona in football and Gary Anderson in darts. Anytime I back Gary Anderson, he loses. Whereas in the week up to it, he'd be just amazing. And then as soon as I stick a bet in Gary Anderson, that's it. And he forgets how to throw darts. Mulkarab, how are you, bro? Said, can't wait for the summer. My mate has been in Honduras since August on a volunteer thing. Nice, well done to your mate. Class act. The teams, Kevin, we reckon will be out in the next 4 minutes, mate. But we do have a leaked team. We just can't say that it's 100% certain. The leaked team we have is Kelleher, Kwanzaa, Kanade, Virgil, Robbo, Gravenberch, McAllister, Soboslai, Salah, Diaz, Jota. That's the leaked team we have, but we can't say that's confirmed. If Jota starts, you're going to question Slot. Well, we think he is starting, and yes, I do have my own questions about it because he was absolutely terrible and looks completely out of form. But then again, the options that Arne has is either him, Darwin, or a possibly unfit Cody Gakpo. Elk set off to Germany in 10 days. And I leave Munich the morning of Bayern Inter Champions League game. Was hoping to catch my first Champions League game. Gutted. Ouch. I'm off to Spain. We're meeting up with Lee Gunnar as well. We're going to head down and watch an Elche game when we're over there in Spain next week. Obviously, it's the international break, but the Segunda division is playing in Spain. So we got some tickets to go watch Elche. Myself, Lee Gunnar, and my daughter's boyfriend are all heading down. Well, we're all heading over to Spain, but just the 3 lads for the football. Couldn't tempt the rest of the family into it. Good morning. Love you, Craig. Let's get the Carabao Cup. What a message, Adam. What a way to kick off the day, bro. Love it. Keep the good vibes coming. And good morning to you as well, bro. Well, it is morning to you over in America, isn't it? It's about 10:30 probably. Something like that. Lucky hoodie day. Yes. Got to do it, man. Got to do it. Didn't work for us on Tuesday. So, you know, if it doesn't work today, then that's the end of this hoodie and match days. So, there you go. Why Jota on the wing? He's not on the wing, Ken. It'll be Salah on one wing, Diaz on the other, and Jota through the centre. Jota won't be on the wing. No. But yeah, this is getting retired. If we don't win the cup today, then this is the end of this hoodie and game. So, a lot riding on this one. Now, ladies and gents, need your help as well. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We are closing in on 304,000 subscribers. Every one of you to hit the button really helps us out. Appreciate you being here as well. And of course, don't forget, our end of season party show is on sale right now. Hot Water Comedy Club, Liverpool, May 28th. 3 days after the final game of the season. Myself, Connor Crosby, Chris Stonage, Steve Bland, Jack Gill, all together for one night only, and you can get your tickets with a link in the description of this stream, priced at just £20 plus booking fee. Anyone know where the game's on in Canada? Fubo, Ken, maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Auction the hoodie? No, I'll still be wearing it, just not on match days. This is my favourite hoodie. It's seen better days, but it's just like that comfy pair of tracky bottoms that you can't get rid of. I really like the white hoodie with the Liverpoolish logo on it. Yes, it's lovely, Dylan. It's from Threads for Reds. So, we've got mixed here. One person said Fubo, one person said no Fubo. Fubo's for Prem games, so I don't know. Let's burn the hoodie. No. The hoodie will get retired, not disposed of, my man. Never getting rid of this hoodie. It's my favourite. It's on DAZN in Canada. Steve Aldersey said DAZN. There you go. So DAZN in Canada. Right, we should have that confirmed team news now any second. So bear with me. Let's see if it does match the leaked 11 that we mentioned a few moments ago. It should be out now any second, so bear with us. Here we go. Got it for you now. Right, Liverpool team is Kelleher in goal. Then Van Dijk, Kanade, Robbo, Kwanzaa, Maka. Yeah, it's exactly as we mentioned. Yeah, exactly as we mentioned. So it's Kelleher in goal, Kwanzaa at right back, Robbo at left back, Van Dijk and Kanade in the centre back positions. Midfield of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, McAllister, and then up top, Jota through the centre, Salah right and Diaz left. Newcastle team is in as well. Pope, Trippier, Schär, Joelinton, Tonali, Barnes, Isak, Livramento, Murphy, Byrne and Bruno Guimaraes. So both teams now confirmed. I'm shitting myself over the league still. Can you please reassure me? I mean, it's not logical. That's the one thing I can say to you, S. It isn't logical to be nervous anymore. There's 9 games left, and we need to lose 4 and draw 1. And Arsenal need to win them all. And we've lost 1 game all season. It's not going to happen inside the last 9, mate. You don't need to worry about it. We'll beat Everton on April the 2nd. That'll move us a step closer. And then what if we go up to that? Fulham, Leicester. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. Honestly, it's done. Wow, look at how close the vote was, though. So we did ask you guys who should start in goal, Kelleher or Alisson. And it finished 50-50. I know it always robs 1%, but I can assure you the poll finished 50-50. Wow. That one was close. So on the bench today for Liverpool, by the way, is Alisson, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Costas, McConnell. So that's the Liverpool bench. Alisson, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Costas, McConnell. There we go, ladies and gents. That Arsenal team didn't look convincing. No, it looked terrible, boring. But that's what they are. But yeah, man, the league's done. There's absolutely no chance in hell we're not winning this league. So don't be worrying about it. It's just a matter of when. Stevie said, don't like Jota starting. He was poor the other night. I agree. Look, I'm going to say this before we get underway. I do have concerns about Diogo, but hopefully those concerns are rammed back down my throat and he puts the ball in the back of the net. We know Kelleher's performance in these finals he always delivers, said Goblin. I'd like to see Chiesa get some minutes today, said Karen. I think we all wouldn't mind Karen. You know, we know he has the ability, but we haven't seen much of him this season. First look at Wembley there. She's looking magnificent, ready to go for another Liverpool Cup final. There's Arne slot. Looking relaxed. Big Verge. Big Mo. Little Diogo. Big Dom. Even bigger Kwanzaa. Big Queeve. All arriving. Newcastle United coach arriving as well. Little Eddie. Little Bruno. Little Tonali. Big Dan Burn. Big Dan Burn. Still freaks me out Dan Burn plays a left back, by the way. He's way too big to be a left back. Am I watching the match on ITVX? No, I'm watching it on Sky Sports, mate. Don't have ITV on my Sky package. Doesn't no ITV in Ireland here. You have to. It's on the extra channels on the satellite dish. You've got to tune it in, so I don't bother. Salah's got to step up today, said Andre Nielsen. Hasn't been up to it the last 3 games or so. I would say the same, Andre, for Diogo. It does look great, though. Stadium looks great. Weather looks decent. Fans starting to make their way in. I'm buzzing now. We've 55 minutes to go till kickoff. Ref John Brooks is the ref today, Ken. John Brooks. Let me just check my clock actually to make sure that works. Yes, cool. Good to go. Nobody hiding today. Diogo must play like he did at the beginning of the season, said Reese. Same with Diaz. He must have strong defence. Joe Wilkinson said Salah's going to have a field day against Burn, especially second half. We're better than Newcastle, but our energy levels are low, so I'm nervous, said Steve Aldersey. Yeah, I get it. It's always difficult to gauge a cup final as well. Here comes Arne for a little chat with the Sky Sports team. I wish Arne stayed in that gear for the games. You know, he always changes into a navy, like a cardigan-y type top for the matches. I wish he just stayed in what he's rocking there now. Hoodie and gilet. That's what us baldies do, Arne. Come on now. Anthony Boylan, welcome in, my friend. Appreciate you. Right, folks, couple of things as always. Do drop a like on the stream for me if you can. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Welcome. And let us know your thoughts on the starting 11. Again, one more thing that I wanted to just say. If we win today, we're going to go right through. So we won't be breaking for a match reaction. We're going to carry all the way through so we can show you or talk you through every second of a trophy lift or whatever. If we lose, then we'll do our usual, have a little 60-second break, then we'll be back for the match reaction. Arne's head looking as shiny as ever. Oh yeah, you got to get the fresh razor blade out for the cup finals. Got to be freshly shaven. Am I getting the top off if we win? Nobody wants me to get the top off, mate. Nobody. Anthony said, wasn't feeling great about this game all week, but this morning I remembered this squad is pretty good at bouncing back from disappointment. Well, we're going to have to. You know, we're out of the Champions League and that sucks. That was a tough pill to swallow on Tuesday, but chance to lift the cup today, and that would be a nice drop of medicine. Thank you, my friend. Do I feel nervous about Kwanzaa? Do you know what? Not particularly. He's been alright the last couple of games he's been on in. I would have been more nervous if Anthony Gordon had been out there to be running at him, but no, I'm okay. I'm more nervous about Diogo Jota. If I look at that starting 11, Diogo's the one that makes me the most nervous. I've got a feeling Macca's going to score today. I just have a sneaky feeling we're going to see an Alexis McAllister Cup final goal, but the nips will be coming out when we win the league though, right? Nope. Only thing that happens when we win the league is me eating broccoli, like I promised. You have the final countdown in my head. It's been in my head all morning, Kieran. Let's be having a good game at Anfield South, said Adrian. Yes, Anfield South looking magnificent. Arne looks nice and relaxed as well, which is always good to see. Harley, nice to see you in. How are we? Welcome. We can't be sleeping on Barnes. He's a tricky player. He is. He is. No doubt about it. I like Harvey Barnes. He's a good footballer. Karen said, love to see Maka score too. I wonder why Jota has gone off the boil. I don't know. It's a weird one because he's usually such a sharp footballer. And even his touches look a little bit off. But then again, look, if hopefully he can put it all behind him and have a good performance today. Would love a Dom Rocket, said Luke. Feel he doesn't shoot from range that much anymore. Would like to see him do it more. Kean said, hey Craig, hope you're well and how's everyone in the chat and how are we feeling today? I'm good, my friend, good. Excited about the game. Nervous about the game, but looking forward to it. 11 a.m. in the US. I forgot, yeah, you must have had your clocks changed, did you? Because it used to be a 5-hour difference, now we're down to a 4-hour difference, so you must have changed your clock before us. Ours must be soon though, right? When do the clocks go back an hour? That must be soon enough. Since Jota's come back from his injury, hasn't been the same, said Hex. Keane said, I'm not nervous at all, but I think it's going to be a 3-0 win. Nice. 30th they go forward on. Ah, interesting. So 2 weeks to go. Okay, cool. Thank you. Mo's been a little bit quiet for a couple of games. Think he might just have a big one today, said Arthur. Hopefully so, my friend. Hopefully so. Genuine question. How do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? We don't. I don't anyway. The only thing about St. Patrick's Day is really bring the kids when they're younger to a parade. That's about it. It's not that big of a deal, really, over here. I think by the time you become an adult, you're all St. Patrick's Day now, you know. So for me, nothing will change tomorrow. Just have a normal day with the family. Yeah. Pack the suitcase maybe for the holidays on Wednesday. But other than that, no big deal, really. James said he'd take penalty. Or I can't take penalties again. Yes, me too. Carl said, so jealous. I've got 6 weeks to wait for mine. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, the last time I was away was October. So looking forward to it. And then we've another one. We're going away again in October this year. Back over to Turkey. Can't wait for that one. Mark said you should have seen Town yesterday in Liverpool. Mayhem. Nice. Nice. I've been tuning in an hour early all week. Just caught me out as well, Steve. There's a few shows I watch from America. And yeah, I've been getting my timings wrong as well. You're going to Dubai on Thursday, Zoom. Nice. Nice. My young lad wants to go to Dubai. He's been at me to bring him over for the last few years. Just haven't got round to it yet. It's quite funny. Some odd English people are like, "What? We don't celebrate St. Pat, or excuse me, why don't we celebrate St. George's Day?" I don't know. Look, I always find it a very beautiful thing that, you know, Irish people have one day all around the world where everyone thinks of Ireland, and that's class. I love that, especially over in the States, obviously, with the amount of Irish that emigrated over there. Craig's going to come back from Turkey like Hulle. No, if I was going to get anything done in Turkey, it would be the beard, but don't have the money to do it, my man. So, no, for me, it's just a family holiday. It's probably the last one with our son. He's going into secondary school then, and he won't want to be around Mammy and Daddy anymore. So this will be the last trip with myself, my wife, and just him probably, where at least we have him as a young lad. Our daughter's grown up. She's coming with us to Spain, but she'll be doing her own thing most of the time, as always. So, yeah, it's just looking forward to spending some time with Lucas. You'd love Dubai, Craig, going on the 8th. Nice. Yeah, Lucas is mad for it. Keeps asking me to go over, keeps showing me stuff. Just haven't got round to it yet. And by the way, I don't need to go over and get a hair transplant, muckrab. I have a full head of hair, as I keep trying to say. The only thing I can't grow hair on is my face, really, which, as a 43-year-old man, bugs me. Luke. Thank you, Luke, for the super chat, mate. Appreciate you. Want the lads to win. Feel for Newcastle being 5-time final losers. Yep. I mean, if we do lose today, at least there's the consolation of a great set of fans winning a trophy. But it still means I want to win the trophy. Like I've lots of time for the Geordies, and if they're playing anybody else, I'd be cheering them on. But obviously, today we want Arne to get his first bit of silverware. So Arne, speaking about the decision to play Queevy and Kelleher, said it wasn't that difficult. There was only once I played Allison. For all the other games we've played the second choice keeper. Queevy has always played so well for us. He deserves to play in this one. Speaking about Jarrell Kwanzaa, a right back, said Jarrell brings other qualities. He's very good in set pieces. Every individual brings his own qualities. Thank you, Mark, for those quotes. Would you grow the hair back in addition to eating broccoli if we win the league? No, I tried to grow it maybe 5 years ago, and it went about 2 weeks, and the missus was like, no, get up and shave that head. So yeah, I'm not allowed. She won't let me. She thinks I look like a scruffy teddy bear when I've got hair. Right, folks. Are we nervous yet? It's starting to creep up on me as we get closer to the game. Remember, John Brooks is your referee today as well. We get our next ticketing update, by the way, tomorrow morning from the venue. So if you've got your tickets to our end of season party, thank you. Can't wait to come and meet you guys. If you haven't got them yet, the good news is they are on sale right now, and you can get them with a link in the description of this stream. But when they're gone, as they say, they're gone. Although hopefully we can move it up to a bigger venue if needs be. But yeah, I'm buzzing for it. Can't wait. Mary, nice to see you in as well. Stargirl, how are you? I've poured myself a glass of whiskey. I think I'll need it. How are you doing? I noticed the word except for Sunderland wants Newcastle to win. How am I doing? I'm okay. Nervous. Hopeful. Don't drink whiskey, so I'll excuse myself from the whiskey drinking. But I'm good. Just looking forward to the game and hopefully Arne's first bit of silverware. Chris Wilson, thank you for the super sticker, my man. Appreciate you. And yes, I have been having the coffee. Nice one, Chris. Appreciate you, my man. Nimnoy, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. If you don't mind me asking, what is your age? I'm 43. 43, my friend. 43, but I feel about 60. But yeah, 43. Believe it or not, I'm old. I'm getting older, as they say. but act like a 10-year-old sometimes. I refuse to grow up, though. You know, I do. I refuse to. Reese, Mr. Mag said, good win, hopefully, and the Derby revenge soon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. I think it's April 2nd, right? Arthur Smith said, good morning, Craig. It's 8:45 here in San Diego. The local Liverpool bar is filling up, and I'm getting excited. Come on, you Reds. Enjoy, and do say hello to everybody for us over in San Diego. I hope you guys get rewarded for your early start. Mate, you look cracking for 43. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, it annoys my missus as well. I don't think I look 43, to be fair. You know, I'm fat and all the other stuff, but I think I look okay for 43. I'll take it. We won't get the Derby revenge if Oliver starts for them. Yeah, hopefully he's nowhere near the game. Oh, thank you, Barnabas. Appreciate you, my man. Very kind of you. You look early to mid-30s, to be honest. I'll take that, Kate. I'll take that. Yeah, like I was looking back at pictures of my dad around my age, and we look very, very different. He looked like a 43-year-old man. I look like a 43-year-old overweight child, perhaps. Believe it or not, I have a daughter who turns 21 this year, and my son Lucas is 13. LFC Love, lovely to see you in. I hope you're well. Thank you, by the way, everybody, for joining us. Do appreciate your support. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, we'd love you to do so. And drop a like on the stream. We need 392 more little likes before we get to 1,000 before kickoff. Appreciate your support as always. Right, thoughts on the team news, by the way. You can see the team on the screen there now. Kelleher in goal, Robbo at left back, Kwanzaa at right back, Kanade and Van Dijk in the centre back positions. Midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Soboslai and Alexis McAllister. He goes with Diogo Jota through the centre today, Luis Diaz on the left and Mo on the right. The Liverpool bench today is Alisson, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Costas and McConnell. The Newcastle starting 11 is as follows. Pope, Trippier, Schär, Joelinton, Tonali, Barnes, Isak, Livramento, Murphy, Byrne and Bruno Guimaraes. The Newcastle bench, Dubravka, Wilson, Target, Kraft, Asula, Willock, Longstaff, Miley and Neve. That's the Newcastle 11, Liverpool 11 and your two benches. Chris Wilson, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Chris, appreciate your support, my man. Craig, no offence, is there a reason why there's such an age difference between your kids? Yeah, it took us 7 years to get pregnant again. Is the reason? It was a tough 7 years, my man. Tough 7 years. We got loads of tests and yeah. So I'm an only child, Muckrab, and I didn't want an only child. So once we had our daughter, the plans were then in place to make sure we had a second child. But it took us 7 and a bit years. And it was tough, man. It was a tough time. Lots of tests, lots of frustration. But eventually we got the job done. And as soon as Sabrina had Lucas, I went and had the snip to make sure there was no more. But yeah, took us 7 years. Do you know what was really weird though? We reckon it was down to stress because we used to live in a really isolated part in the countryside of Wexford and we wanted to get a little bit closer to civilization. So eventually we moved house, and within 2 months of us moving house to an area that we really liked, job done. And yeah, happy days. Snip Claxon for Connor. He loves it when I let people know, don't you, Connor? He loves it. That and they played at a high level. Connor's two favourites. Can't even imagine the joy when you found out. Oh, it was amazing. And especially to have one boy and one girl, because it mirrors my wife's family. So my wife only has a brother and she's 2 years older than her brother. So yeah, it was lovely to have a boy and a girl. And also because my wife cheated me out of naming the first child by scamming me. I'm tempting Faith here. She's going to come down shouting. So yeah, the deal for the first child was if it was a daughter, my wife could name her. If it was a son, I could name him. But she went for one scam without me and found out. So I was scammed. Then when it came to our second child, I was naming the child regardless. And he was named after Lucas Leiva. So there you go. How's the dog Harvey doing? Brilliant, thank you. Right back to himself. Finished all his medication and antibiotics now. And he's back to his boisterous self. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I had a big snuggle with him last night. For ages on the sofa, just making sure he was back to himself, and yeah, all good, thank you. Had to be up pretty early to get Costa before listening to you on the drive to work. Let's hope for a positive result, says Paul. Oh, you're having to work today as well, Paul? Ouch. It's alright, they're driving in the X6, Paul. It probably massages you and all on the way, does it? You're going in the doghouse. I practically live in the doghouse now, man. Do you know, all I'm sure to do now is just asking Harvey to budge over a little bit in his doggy bed. I thought Connor was your son. No, he's not. God, if Connor was my son, what age would I have been when we had Connor then? I would have been, what, 18? Something like that? Woof woof indeed. Woof woof. Carl said, has a Liverpool player ever scored 3 in a final because Salah's doing it today? I love the positivity, Carl. Great news on the pup, but waiting for Sabrina to chase you with a spoon. It's probably going to happen later, don't worry. Especially if we win. She'll be chasing me away with a spoon at that point. Bobo, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. Oh, it's a work van. Oh, that's not as nice, Paul, is it? But at least it's not your fuel. That's the good part of it. Craig has 3 kids, the channel being the youngest. Well, if you ask my wife, she'd say I have 3 kids. Harvey being the youngest. She keeps telling me I spoil the dog too much. Like, he gets butternut box for his food, for his dinner, so his dinner gets delivered. Yeah, we buy him proper, real food that gets delivered from a company, frozen, and he has beef and chicken and duck and the good stuff. He's better than me, probably. He's healthier than me, definitely. Nervous, Craig, or confident today? I think you're always nervous with a cup final. Especially you want to see how we settle into it. And after midweek, disappointment. Yeah, I'll be a liar if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous. Corbin, what about yourself? Chris Wilson said, I think Jota will get 2 goals up the Reds. Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, it would definitely repay the manager's faith selecting him if he does. Yorkshire Tea, just sending love and appreciation. Well, sending it right back to you, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate you being with us, and I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Dave said, have you seen the size of Connor compared to Sabrina? She wouldn't be able to walk if you birthed them. That's true. Yes, Sabrina's like 5'3". Connor's 6'2", 6'1", something like that. So yeah, spot on. I'm glad Lewis Hall isn't playing, said Jamie King. He looked like a great defender this season. Yeah, he has. And he dealt with Mo quite well in the games he played against them. Matt Denny said, I'm trying to be positive, but a nervous wreck inside. Hope we win. Coolio. Right, we will... There's been a lot of talk, by the way, lately about replacements for Virgil. I'm going to stick that one into the news stream for later, Connor. Hang on. There we go. A lot of talk about Van Dijk replacements in the media lately, and I don't like it. I've said this all the way through the week, and I'm going to say it again now. If FSG, Hughes and Edwards think that they're going to just brush off Trent, Mo and Virgil and nobody's going to say it, and nobody's going to be annoyed about it, I think they're in for a rude awakening. Gary, is it your birthday? Where's Gary Evans? It's your birthday, Gary. How are you, my man? Happy birthday. So much love to you and your family from Niagara Falls in Canada. My birthday today, much older than 43, hoping for a win. Do you know what, Gary? I remember you being in the chat before, I think, my friend, and we were talking about this. I love Niagara on the Lake. I actually found that town to be a little bit nicer and a little bit more fun than going to visit Niagara Falls, although we did go on the Maid of the Mist, and that was fun as well. But Niagara on the Lake was such a beautiful place. If I went back towards Canada again, I'd certainly be heading back up there for a visit. Sweet said, good vibes today. Let's get this trophy. Yes, sir. Good vibes all the way. I love it. Keep it coming. For me, all 3 out of contract lads are going, said Anthony. Trent wants Madrid and loads of players have left for nothing when the contracts have been up. So, I don't disagree with you about Trent. I do think you're probably right on that one. But again, the thing I keep saying, Anthony, is how do you, if you're the club, how do you sell that to the fan base? It would be an impossible thing to do, in my opinion. Live show in Toronto. We were hoping to get one in the books for September. Just haven't pushed on with it yet, and still need to sort out a few bits and pieces. But there was a vague plan for us to try and get over to Toronto to do a show in September time. So don't hold me to it just yet, but it's in our minds anyway. Watching the game with my Chelsea supporting brother, said Devon. Hopefully I can persuade him to the light side. Well, no, he's tainted now. You got to leave him where he is. Leave him over there with... has he learned the songbook though? You know, Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Has he learned the songbook? Because, you know, it's a difficult one to master, that Chelsea songbook. Any live shows in the States? No, America doesn't like me. So, yeah, look... I don't want to get into this one again, but it's difficult for me to go to America anymore after they removed me from the ESTA program, and Connor as well, for an itsy bitsy little mistake on a form when we were supposed to be doing our live show in Boston. So I don't know if I'll ever be back in America, even as a holiday. I don't know if I'll ever go back, because I have to get a 10-year holiday visa, and that is a pain in the backside to go through that process, interview, all the other stuff that goes along with it. So yeah, probably not, in all honesty. But Canada, easy, nice and straightforward. G Con Z, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, bro. Appreciate you. One kiss, Calvin Harris will be playing in the changing room. Nice, that's what we want. It's Dua Lipa though, isn't it? Is it Dua Lipa and Calvin Harris? I know Calvin Harris is a DJ, but whose song was it? Was it her song or his song? I think it was her song, right? Arthur Smith said, when it comes to fans of rival, I respect Newcastle. Yeah, so do I. And if they were playing anybody else today but us, I would be wishing them the very best and wanting them to pick up the trophy. But, of course, I want Liverpool to win it. Us Canadians don't like America either. Oh, I love America, Josh. I have nothing against America. I love the place. I've been over to Florida 5 or 6 times. But after the Boston experience, it's kind of put me off ever wanting to go back to America again. So, but I don't think I'll be missed too much, so we're alright. But looking forward to getting back over to Canada, because we've got relatives. Well, my wife has relatives over there. 3 sets of aunts and uncles that we haven't been over to see in a while. So I do need to get to Canada at some point. I haven't been over there since my daughter was 1, so nearly 20 years ago. We were over in Canada for her first birthday, and I watched the second leg of the semi-final against Chelsea with the Luis Garcia goal. I watched that one in Canada, and then obviously came back and went over to Istanbul. ESG Soccer said, by far the biggest malpractice will be letting 3 huge assets leave for nothing. Disrespectful and negligent big match today. And I would add a little bit more to that, my friend. The manager also said that he wants Virgil to stay. You know, and that comes straight from the gaffer's mouth. So they'd be going against the wishes of the manager as well. I travelled to Toronto to see Craig. 2-hour train ride from London, Ontario. I know all about London, Ontario, because that's one of the places where my wife's family originally settled when they went over. So nice, Ken. Yeah, look, if we can find a venue that works for everybody, and that's the most difficult part. So if you know of a venue, let's say somewhere between 1 and 200 people, because I reckon that's probably the numbers maybe we could hope for. That's all it is. Just sort us out the venue and we'll be over, no problem. We don't need an excuse. We love travelling on Anfield Agenda. Me and Connor love jumping on, and we'd go anywhere for a show. Spain, no problem. Anywhere else in Europe, no problem. The only problem we ever have is finding the venue. That's it, because there's just me and Connor on Team Anfield Agenda, and it's difficult. It's difficult to get everything sorted out. Lots of Irish out here. Oh, I know. And lots of Irish clubs as well out there. It's been so long, man. So long. Do you know what I love from Canada? Those Darth Maple cookies. Oh, they're amazing. And turtles. The chocolate turtles with the caramel and the nut. Ooh, delicious. Mary said, I love Canada. Go to St. Catherine's, lovely place, 20 minutes from the falls. Nice. Difficult question, yes or no. Do you think Kwanzaa will work out long term? Yes, I do. I do, Carl. He definitely had a dip in form at the start of this season, but I've liked what I've seen from him recently. And he's been a bit of an attacking threat as well on that right hand side going forward. So yeah, I do think he works out 100%. Am I coming to Granada, Spain? Well, we're over to Murcia on Wednesday for a week. I've never been to Granada though. We're over to Murcia for a week, Murcia/Alicante, and then I think this is like a 11th trip back over to Murcia in the last 6 years. I love the anticipation before a final. Nice. With a live show? No. Just for a family holiday, mate. No. We're just over for a family holiday. Can we have a meet and greet? Well, I'm meeting up with Lee Gunner. Lee's coming up. We booked a villa for a week, and Lee's come and spend a couple of nights with me and the family. And we're going to go to watch Elche play next weekend as well. Dip of form could be because he doesn't suit Slot's system as a centre-back, naturally. But also, he had a tough start to the season. Remember the very first game of the season, he was taken off at half-time against Ipswich and replaced with Ibu. So, folks, we have 27 minutes to go until we kick off in the Carabao Cup final. Do keep dropping likes on the stream for me if you can. We want to get up to 1,000 likes before kickoff. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And again, thank you to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Check out the Beard and Balls bundle featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger. You can get yourself 20% off. That is 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com using our code Anfield20 at checkout. As well as the Beard and Balls bundle, you can also check out the Chairman Pro package face shaving kit. Again, featuring everything you can see there on the screen. I have it on good authority. This is a very good razor as well. My daughter's boyfriend has one and swears by it. But he didn't get his 20% off and free shipping. You can, though. Use the code Anfield20 at checkout. Come to O'Connor's in Houston, Liverpool pub. I won't be going to America again, mate, as I was explaining earlier on. Once they removed me off the ESTA visa waiver program, that was the end of me wanting to go back, really, because I feel a little bit annoyed by the situation, to say the least. But it is what it is. Every country has the right to sort out their own borders. Elche, great, but as we both have Asperger's, I'd like to shake your hand. Cool, Spence, no problem. I'm sure I can figure out a little time over there. Just leave it a little bit closer. Catch me on Tuesday before we go off on the stream and we'll try to figure something out. Who does your daughter's boyfriend support? He's not really a mad football fan. He's more rugby, to be honest with you. So Leinster, yeah, he's not really hugely into football. More of a rugby person, a GAA person. How's the feeling with members only chat? Very good, in all honesty. Really good. I feel a lot more relaxed. I feel a lot more upbeat. So yeah, good. I'm enjoying it. I hope other members are as well. Are you nervous? I'm bricking it, said Ben. A little bit nervous, yeah. A little bit nervous. Always nervous though for a cup final. I won't lie, I have concerns about Diogo Jota. I'm sure I'm not the only one, but apart from that, I just hope we get off to a decent start and we can see this one out. Just really want Arne to get that first bit of silverware as well, and you know, basically know if we win today, we're winning a double because we're winning the league as well. So yeah, big day. Cam said it feels great, but I get the paywall thing. So there is no paywall, Cam. Gotta get this right. Everybody can still watch the content. Everybody can still comment after things are live. Post up a pre-recorded video. Everybody can comment on it. So yeah, content always going to be free. Never going behind a paywall to stop people watching the content. But we had to do this to look after me, to be honest with you. And I'm not saying it's going to be a permanent thing. I don't know. But so far, so good. And it's certainly increasing my enjoyment of the streams and letting me have good banter, conversations with everyone in the chat. And I'm enjoying it a lot more. Have you put your Newcastle to win bet on? Yes, I did. 20 quid, Philip. 20 quid. Didn't realise everyone could still watch. Yeah. Everyone can still watch, my man. Sure, we had, for the PSG game, we had a record live viewer count. We had 15,400 and something people watching at one point, which is the highest the channel's ever had. Pensby lad said, don't think Jota will hurt us. Not sure he'll help us in this current form. Ken said, my wife watches TV in the bedroom while I watch the game. She doesn't want to jinx me and was born in Woolton. Nice. Well, if it works, it works. Yorkshire Tea put, oh no, Nomad put £10 on Newcastle, £50 payout. You got better odds than me. I think I got 3-1 for mine. Finley, lovely to see you, bro. Life's good, thank you, my man. How's life with you? Hope all is good with your studies as always. And appreciate you dropping in. G-Cons, good afternoon. Hope all is well. Nerves were wrecked earlier, but the beer remedy has cleared them right up. All the best for today. Come on the pool. Nice. Well in, mate. Sure, it's a cup final. You're entitled to have a couple of drinks. Enjoy. Philip said I only got 12-5. Yeah, it's mad how you can see such a fluctuation in odds between all the companies. I have zero loyalty when it comes to putting a bet on. Literally, I just go for wherever the best odds are. That's where the money's going. Dan DJ LFC said, I have my wife and daughter wearing Liverpool tops for luck. Nice, well played, Dan. Well played, family as well. Guillermo said, so excited, can't wait to hear you sing. I don't remember promising to sing. He's a centre half. He's a number 4. Yeah, I'll probably squeeze 1 or 2 in. That's what she said. What? 2? Greedy, greedy. I went on live score bet, got 4-1 a few days ago. Nice. Ben Barrett said, herbal infusions keeping me from bouncing off the ceiling today. I'm weird about that, mate. I'm really, really regimented and only after 11 p.m. for me. Never during the day, never. Only after 11 p.m. Hope Newland's got his dancing shoes on today, said Ken. Oh, he has. He's been practicing in the mirror all day as well. You don't blame on the sunshine. You don't blame on the moonlight. You know what's mad? I wouldn't sing a karaoke at all, like, ever. I don't know what it is about the footy and here on the streams, but yeah, I don't sing a karaoke. So, you know, consider yourselves unlucky that I sing on here. LFC Gamer and Vlogs, how are you, my friends? Good afternoon, Craig. I'm full of a cold and nervy of Newcastle, but I think we'll just do enough to get the job done. 2-1 to the Reds. Well, I hope that cold clears up for you soon, my man. I hate feeling all bunged up and stuff. Oh, Anton Decker at the final as well. Let's get ready, baby. Let's get ready, baby. Let's get ready to rumble. Watch us wreck the mic. Watch us wreck the mic. Who's old enough to remember that one? Philip said, I'm hoping so. 50 quid on the basis of being successful in the ballot. I'd have spent well more than that. Ash said, Craig, the fact the dark cloud has gone away since members only chat suggests that this could be permanent. Don't put yourself through the mental stress. I don't know. I'm going to just see how I feel after the holiday, mate, and go from there. It's easier to sing in front of your family. My family, I wouldn't sing in front of the actual family, mate. You know what I mean? No, the missus would be just putting her fingers in her ears. Do. Unfortunately, yes, said Dave. God, what? I still can't believe that's a song. It's nuts. One of the darts players uses it as their walkout, don't they? The guy that's from Newcastle. I can't think of his name at the top of my head, but I swear one of the darts players uses it. Enjoy the holiday, mate. You deserve it. Thank you. Chris Dobie, there you go. There you go. Chris Dobie. I knew there was one of them. Surely we can't go 2 games in a row without scoring. I hope not, Steve. I hope you're right, my man. Right, we've 18 minutes to go. We need 111 more likes, folks. So if you haven't, please do drop a like. Do. All I can think of now is Peter Kay, the bingo, calling out to that song. Oh, Peter Kay, what a man. Wembley looking absolutely jammers. Ready to go. We are a mere 18 minutes from kickoff now. Are you going to watch the new show, Adolescence? It's incredible. I don't know, mate. I have a bit of a list to work through on Netflix for shows. Who do I want to score the winner? I'm predicting Macca, Mahmood. I'm predicting Alexis McAllister for a goal today. So I'm going to stick with Macca. ESG Soccer said you could probably do a B1, B2 visa. Short letter from the host of a business was quick for a colleague. Need you for the culture. So the Department of Homeland Security agent said to me that I would qualify for, I think it was the B2 visa, or one of them. It was basically somebody who excels in their field, and she said to me that with the following we have on social media, we'd probably be able to get that visa. I think she basically called it an influencer visa, but it's just it's so daunting looking at the paperwork. In all honesty, man, I get very frustrated looking at that much paperwork. Oh, that was the O visa, that one. There you go. O visa was the one. But that was nice for it to say, to be fair. At the same time as saying, no, we're not letting you in. Also here, we think that you could qualify for this visa, which would be cool. I've always loved the idea of living in Florida, but I don't know. The world's a mad place at the minute. I went to watch the rugby at Wembley about 10 years ago. It was amazing. I've never been to Wembley. I screwed myself out of a Wembley trip at one point. We had an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley against Villa, and I could have had a ticket for it with the supporters club I was in. But if I didn't go to that one, I was guaranteed a ticket for the final if we got through. So I hedged my bets and said, I'll stay away from it and I'll go to the final if we get through. And of course we lost 1-0. Gabby Agbonlahor scored in the semi, and I never got to Wembley. Florida is overrated. I love it. Love it. I've had great trips when I've gone over to Florida, mate. I make sure that we get out and away down into real Florida as well, not just in Orlando and stuff. We go to flea markets out in the arsehole of nowhere. I love it. Georgia's nice as well. That Villa semi-final defeat was so disappointing. It really was. It really was. It was... yeah, terrible. 2-1 Liverpool prediction for Bransfield. Hello to Teddy, see, or Thaddy. Before you even ask, my man, I've got you today. Hello, Thaddy. I hope you're well. Orlando is not Florida. Well, as I said, I got out of Orlando and made sure I visited the rest. I've been to Tampa. I've been to loads of parts of Florida, to be honest, down to Miami. Yeah, we like to get out on adventure when we're in Florida. We drive quite a bit and check out as much of it as we can. I love going to all the flea markets and stuff like that. Kilo said, I went to Wembley to see my beloved Philadelphia Eagles against the Jags. Nice. It looks like the what are they called? The Steelers are playing in Dublin this season in the NFL at Croke Park. So I'm waiting for confirmation of when those tickets go on sale, but that could be an interesting day out. Lucky enough to have done Wembley 16 times, Philip. Wow. That's class, my man. Johnny said, United fan, but can't see Liverpool losing 3-1 to Liverpool. Well, I hope that comes true, Johnny. I'll take that scoreline right now, mate. And thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you. Corbin, I went 3-2. What about you? What did I go for my prediction? 2-0? If I remember correctly, my prediction was 2-0. Have joined late. Any chance of a lineup run through? Absolutely. No problem, bro. Give me 2 seconds. Right, I'll start with the Newcastle one. It's Pope, Trippier, Schär, Joelinton, Tonali, Barnes, Isak, Livramento, Murphy, Byrne and Bruno Guimaraes. On the bench for Newcastle, Dubravka, Wilson, Target, Kraft, Osula, Willock, Longstaff, Miley and Nieve. For Liverpool, it is Kelleher in goal. I was going to say Trent, it's not. Kwanzaa at right back, Robbo at left back, Kanade and Virgil van Dijk are the centre backs. Midfield, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai up top, Jota to the centre, Salah on the right and Diaz on the left. On the bench for Liverpool, Alisson, Endo, Darwin, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Costas and McConnell. Anthony said, I met someone from Florida and they mentioned the Panhandle and my mind went, that explains the name of a song for me, the song being the Panhandle by A Day to Remember. There you go. Off-White said, hope you're well. I agree we need transfers, but don't think it's a determining factor. We have Chiesa, Endo, Elliot, Gomez, who can get into any starting 11, and we never use them. Gomez is injured. Yes, I'm aware of who's injured and who isn't, but I guess it doesn't really matter what I think, what you think. It's up to the manager. And unfortunately for us, he doesn't really fancy Chiesa. Doesn't give him much of a run out, but he is on the bench today, so let's see. Foxy said, love seeing other fans being respectful and happy to be part of the community. Yeah, same. Look, we've always had some lovely fans, Carl, from opposition teams who come in, say hello. United fans, Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans. They're always very welcome. So, if I know Foxy, and I think I do, the Magners is, or the Bulmers is on standby, Foxy, or maybe you're already into it. I don't know, but I'd imagine the Bulmers is ready. Pint bottles, if I remember correctly. Best midfield trio in the league for sure. Nice. Whatever happened to that lad Jensk in the chat? There was some comments that were unacceptable. So yes. That's the easiest way I can put it. So there, yeah. Dave said he's 8 cans of cider deep in anticipation. God, I've had 2 cups of coffee, Dave, and thought I was doing well. Craig, have you watched From on Netflix? Nope, have not. Anthony said 8 cans of cider, I wouldn't be able to see the game. Mate, 3 or 4 cans at this point for me, and I don't think I'd be able to see the game. I'd be an incredible lightweight at this point. I don't really drink, so 3 or 4 bottles and I'll be anyone's. Ivor Headache, what a name. Welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Did I see Brewster's goal for Sheffield United? I didn't, hardly, no. I didn't. Did I watch the F1? No, I didn't. I kept tabs on it. I was watching a bit of a live vlog on it on my phone while I was doing other stuff, but no, I didn't watch it. Guillermo said, From is a great TV show, but it's not on Netflix, it's on Hulu. There you go. Can see Isak scoring, but I'm going 3-1 to the Reds, said Russ. Wembley's looking brilliant. Newcastle fans waving their scarves. 70 years since a major trophy for them. And for the Reds, well, we usually do quite well at Wembley or Anfield South, and fingers crossed today we can lift Arne Slot's first bit of silverware as Liverpool coach. Who do you support in the NFL? Personally, I support the Jets, so tough times. Packers, mate. Green Bay Packers. Tom's going 2-0 to the Reds. Isak to score an own goal from a corner. There you go, Martin. I'll take your one. Sebastian said, got my Liverpool pint glass, Estrella beers, Liverpool flag, and the game as loud as possible. You never walk alone. Let's go, boys. All love, Craig. Well, enjoy, Sebastian. Thank you, mate, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Right, teams are in the tunnel at Wembley, ready to walk out for the first cup final of the season. Liverpool and Newcastle. And of course, with it being a match day, we are proudly brought to you with thanks to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Why not check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra all-in-one men's grooming kit featuring Manscaped's Lawnmower 5.0 with its skin-safe technology and a battery that lasts 90 minutes, as well as the brightest ever LED spotlight, and it is waterproof. Also in that pack, it features the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Manscaped's 2 liquid formulations, and a couple of free gifts as well. The Shed travel bag and the boxer briefs are yours. You can get yourself 20% off. That is 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with a code Anfield20 or scan the QR code in the bottom corner. Ooh, the nerves, folks. Ooh, the nerves. And also, one more time before we get on the way, don't forget you can come and see us in Liverpool May 28th at the Hot Water Comedy Club. Tickets are on sale right now. you can get them with the link in the description of this stream, priced at just £20. It's an all ages event, and we hope to see you there 3 days after the final game of the campaign. Right, teams walking out onto Wembley turf right now. Come on, Mo. This is your day, Mo. Let's go, Mo. That Newcastle tracksuit's really nice, said Nomad. Well, next year will be Adidas, and it all will be right again in the world. Up the Reds from Florida, said Dingo. How are we, mate? Welcome in. Mike, we'll see you at half-time, my friend. Right, folks, do keep hitting that like button for us, and if you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. We're trying to close in on 304,000 subscribers, only about 112 away. Now I'm getting nervous. Now that the players are out on the pitch and all the nerves are starting to kick in. The meeting of the dignitaries happening as we speak. The handshakes. Virgil just walking down the line. Come on, the Verge. Come on. Ghost Dog said, up the Reds from Scotland, let's go. Lovely to have you in, my man. Welcome. It's Neville on commentary. Oh, God. They really are just trolling us with Sky, aren't they? It's alright, though. I'm here and I'll take you through the game. Diogo. Come on, fella. We need you today. Russ said, no defensive slip-ups today, please. The nerves are really kicking in now. 5 minutes to go. There's Isak. Slot put his coat back on. I know, I hate that he wears navy for the games. I wish he stuck to the hoodie and gilet. Wembley looks absolutely perfect. Newcastle fans, all with their scarves above their heads. I'm on TV mute. Craig's the voice. We love that, Russ. We love that. And I'll try to keep you up to date with commentary throughout the game as well. Look at all those Newcastle flags and scarves. The boos ring out for the national anthem. I'm saying nothing. I'm saying nothing. Come on, the boys. Let's go. Handshakes now. Both sets of players just wishing each other well before kickoff. And then we're about to get underway. Jonathan Dobbs said, I'm really hoping Kwanzaa has the performance of his life. Right, folks. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. Really quickly, we'll run through the teams one more time for you before kick-off. Start with Newcastle. It's Pope, Trippier, Schär, Byrne and Livramento. Joelinton, Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes in midfield. Jacob Murphy, Alexander Isak and Harvey Barnes up top. For Liverpool, it's Queevy and Kelleher in goal. Jarell Kwanzaa at right back. Andy Robertson at left back. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Kanade are your centre backs. A midfield of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. And then up top, Mohamed Salah on the right, Luis Diaz on the left and Diogo Jota through the centre. Domino's pepperoni passion, beer, wedges and EFL final. Banging Sunday. No chicken strippers. No chicken strippers, Brad. Come on now. You got to up your Domino's game, mate. You got to have the cookies, chicken strippers and probably a remortgage to pay for it because, my God, Domino's and pizza's gotten expensive. This stream will be legendary, the first of the Arne Great era. And again, one more time, don't forget, we want you to come and see us in Liverpool, May 28th. You can get your tickets with the link in the description of this stream. It will be our end of season party to celebrate the league title, and I can't wait to be over in Liverpool May 28th. Hope you can come along and join us. Chicken kickers are way better. No, not for me, mate. Strippers all the way. That could be, you know. But yeah, strippers all the way. Highlight of the weekend or misery ahead, said Steve. Hopefully, highlight of the weekend. Can you imagine a 7-0 final viral video? I'd be very happy about that, yeah. Domino's is a rip-off. It is. They're all rip-off. It's mad how expensive pizza's gotten. Crazy. Like 24 quid over here for a large pizza is nuts. Right. We are almost ready, folks. Almost ready. Verge is going in. Both teams going into the pre-match huddle. Fingers crossed. Everything crossed. Right, boys. Come on. Quick start. Let's go. 24 quid. Yep. 24 quid, McCrab. Is scandalous. How many inches is a large pizza? In Domino's, 14. Or 13 and a half or 14 for Domino's. Right, come on, boys. Right, Liverpool will be kicking off. League Cup final about to get underway. Sit back, relax if you can, and I'll do my best to take you through the game. Liverpool playing from right to left in the first half. And we are underway. We are underway in the League Cup final. Virgil goes long out right hand side, where the initial header is won by Joelinton. McAllister then to Kwanzaa, who plays the ball forward, where Dan Burn heads it out, and it'll be a Liverpool throw-in right side of the pitch. Oh, and the Reds go marching in. Oh, and the Reds go marching in. We will sync up out 1 minute for everyone. Kelleher, long with the first clearance. Ball's flicked on by a Newcastle player. And the referee adjudges Diogo Jota to be fouling Fabian Schär, so it's a Newcastle free kick. Which Trippier's going to take. Right, folks, we are coming up now towards the minute mark. So we are now at 1 minute. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Newcastle launched that free kick long up front, where Canade wins the header. Second ball is won by Newcastle in midfield, though Tonali has it. Joelinton to Schär. They move it out right hand side to Jacob Murphy. That's cleared by Andy Robertson. Newcastle throw in. Carabao have beer now. What? Carabao now have beer? That's mad. Has anybody ever had a can of any Carabao drinks? Never tried it myself. Not an energy drink person. Oh, good ball. Newcastle into the right channel. Cross in. It's headed away at the near post. Maka. Bit of space for Szoboszlai now in midfield. He protects the ball. Gives it to Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa plays it up to Salah. Salah back into Ryan Gravenberch. Bit of space now. Into Maka. Maka into Diogo left channel. Goes out to Luis Diaz. Go on, Lucho. Lucho. First run at this Newcastle defence. How is that a free kick? I hate when referees do this. And Newcastle will be at this all day. How is that a free kick? He just threw himself on the ground because he didn't want to be in a difficult defensive situation, and gobshite referee buys it. I hate this. He better not be setting the tone here for every time Newcastle fall to the ground to get cheap frees. Joe said, glad you're here, Craig, so we can mute Neville's commentary. Good man. Doing God's work. Right, Newcastle's free kick went long. Virgil won the first header. Bit of head tennis going on here in midfield. Newcastle have it with Murphy. Cross in. Ooh. Newcastle player gets a touch on it, but thankfully goes wide. It was Harvey Barnes who would come inside. Murphy played across towards the back post. Harvey Barnes stretching. Gets a leg on it, but thankfully for us goes quite wide of Kelleher's right hand post. Virgil goes short with a goal kick to Kelleher. Queeve goes out wide right looking for Salah. Now, so Salah's been wrestled 10 times more than the Newcastle defender was. But of course that's fine because Salah doesn't get free kicks from referees. Again, is there a slower team in the Premier League than Newcastle for restarting games of football? My God, they take an eternity. Again, another one. Look, Newcastle player dives to the ground. Yet again, John Brooks, full gimpery. Look, how is that a free kick? How is that a free kick? Mackett doesn't even move his leg out. Livramento runs into his leg and John Brooks gives the free kick. Here. That's twice now. John Brooks in the first 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Twice. He's given Newcastle cheap free kicks just for falling over. Fucking arsehole. Bonnie Reese, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Appreciate your support. Newcastle take the free kick short. Little 1-2 on the edge of the box. Harvey Barnes dinks it in now. It's flicked on. And it'll go behind for Newcastle corner. All because of John Brooks not being able to do his job. Barnabas said it was a foul. Not for me. Watch whose leg moves towards the other for contact. Macca's leg doesn't budge. Livramento goes into his leg. But either way, the ref set the tone now. Corner in. Kelleher. Kelleher comes, gets a fist on it. Second ball from Newcastle into the channel. But Liverpool defend that. Diaz now. Ball in behind looking for Salah. But Pope is out there to clear his lines. Canade. Jota. Ball to Andy Robertson now, left side. Robbo has a run. Goes past Tonali. Now Liverpool get a free kick. Free kick here in a wide left position for the Reds. Trippier, cry arse, of course. How are they even saying that isn't a free kick? They literally sandwiched Robbo. Macca over the free kick now in a wide left position. Has to be a good delivery, Macca. Come on. Newcastle holding a defensive line 3 or 4 yards ahead of the 18-yard box. They were going to go short with it. Macca now. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. What a waste of a free kick. Macca just basically played the ball straight to the keeper. It was an awful free kick. Do you think Kelleher's performance will influence whether he replaces Alisson? No, Kelleher's gone at the end of the season, mate. He's got 1 year to go on his contract. Liverpool will sell him at the end of this season to make sure that they recoup some money. Mamardashvili, who I watched last night actually for Valencia, will be coming in the summer as well. Liverpool win it back in midfield now. Diaz. Robbo in field to Macca. Macca to Gravenberch. Again, tries the ball into that right channel. Looking for Salah, but there's a little bit too much on that from Ryan. And it goes behind for a Newcastle goal kick. Neville is a prat. Yeah, no disagreement on that one. I'm not. Thankfully, I don't have to listen to Neville's commentary, so my thoughts are with all of you that have to listen to him. Right, goal kick. Newcastle gonna go long with this one. Virgil heads back forward. Again, headed back at him by Schär. Then Virgil's fouled by Isak. Liverpool free kick. Edge of the centre circle inside the Liverpool half. We only need 97 subs, by the way, to get to 304k. So if you haven't subbed, please do. Canade to Virgil. Back to Kelleher. Kelleher takes a touch and again goes out looking for Diogo Jota, who flicks it. Dan Burn gets there ahead of Salah. Canade wins the second ball. Well done, Ibu. Again into that right channel behind Dan Burn, looking for Mohamed Salah, who makes a mess of it and gives Newcastle a goal kick. So far, it's been long ball, long ball, long ball from Liverpool. One long ball after another in behind. And so far, not much joy from it. Newcastle free kick here now on the far side of the pitch, just inside the Liverpool half. Livramento dragged back as he was on the run. Look at all the good seats there. Look at the good seats empty. Look at that. That does my head in. Loads of good premium seats there with nobody in them. That does my head in about Wembley. You see at every match at Wembley, loads of the good seats empty. Mac in the wars yet again. Liverpool go short with a goal kick to Canade. Kwanzaa. Soboslai. Back to Ibu. Gravenberch. He goes up the line. Diogo gives chase. Newcastle player gets there first. Ball goes out. Liverpool throw it. Somebody show for Jarrell. Come on. Again, no free kick. No, Gimp. Threat. We're getting nothing off Brooks already. Jota that time put to the ground. Nothing doing. Trippier takes the throw in. Bruno Guimaraes goes back to Dan Burn. Newcastle clear it long this time. Virgil heads it down to Maka. Up the line to Luis Diaz. Ryan Gravenberch. Cross to Canade. Andy Robertson now. Up the line to Maka. He tries another ball up the line, but it comes out off a Newcastle player for a Liverpool throw-in. Robbo to Maka. Nobody on from, so he has to go back to Virgil. Kelleher. And again, forced to go long. Joelinton wins that header in midfield. And the second ball is won by Newcastle. Come on, boys. Can't be losing second balls. Tonali. Well done, Gravenberch, who wins it back. Robertson, nothing on for him, so he goes back to Queevy and Kelleher. Newcastle trying to copy a bit of PSG's tactics against us, said Nevelin. Well, if we can find bits of space like this, we could have some joy. Diaz, the Kwanzaa, out to Salah, wide right. Salah cuts infield. And again, makes a bollocks of the pass. Offside now against Diogo Jota. How many times does Salah do that? Cut inside and just pass doesn't go near anybody. Just waste it again. Do the work to get round the press. Find a bit of space. Salah cuts infield then. And then just plays it straight against the Newcastle player. Got to be better than that, boys. Come on. Eddie Howe and his assistant having a game of Angry Birds there. Come on, boys. Dan Byrne for Newcastle. Kwanzaa heads the ball back upfield. Well done, Jarrell. Right, boys, switch up now. Uh-oh. Strike, thankfully, is over the bar. That was the wrong ball. Newcastle got a bit of space with Jacob Murphy. If he had rolled it out right-hand side to Kieran Trippier, we could have had a problem on our hands, but he seen the headlines and tried to shoot himself, Murphy, and it was awful. Good, strong challenge there from Jarrell Kwanzaa as well. Kelleher goes long. Again, ball's back with us. Somebody show for Robbo. No, Robbo plays it straight to Trippier. It's like, wake up. Maka now. Space here, Gravenberch. Come on, attack the space. Kwanzaa. Again, backwards now to let Newcastle reset again. Maka. Out to Lucho. Back to Maka. Again, look at how slow this is. It's going to be hard to break through a Newcastle team when literally have everybody back behind the ball because we allow them to reset. Kanade now. He goes out to Salah. Back to Gravenberch on the halfway line. Kanade back inside our own half now. Virgil. Ibu. Out to Salah. Wide right. Gravenberch. Maka. Virgil now. He takes a couple of yards ahead of him and runs into it. Diaz. Why is Diaz afraid to try and go around the outside of Trippier here? Back into Maka. Who loses out. Challenged by Joelinton because he took too much out of the ball. And then the referee gives a free against McAllister. Oh, Brooks, you absolute twat. The Wonder Man said we need to stop standing around doing nothing waiting for them to come on. It's so one-paced. Like we get the ball and then we allow Newcastle to get back into shape and then we just move it side to side for 30 seconds and then eventually end up giving the ball away again. There's just no rhythm. Newcastle, Livramento, Tonali, Joelinton now. He puts in a cross, takes a deflection, goes straight into Kelleher's hands. Kelleher rolls it out to Jota. Robertson. Inside to Diaz. Maka. Back to Robbo. Fucking backwards again. Jesus Christ. Backwards again and again and again. Everything is so one-paced and negative. I mean, I can only imagine we're going for a bit of a rope-a-dope here, and Arne's hoping Newcastle tire as the game goes on. Robbo again, long ball into the corner, and Trippier heads it back to Pope. Maka. Gravenberch. Diaz cuts inside now. Back to Maka. Kwanzaa, and here we are back on the halfway line again. Kanade out to Gravenberch. Back to Ibu. Out wide right to Salah. Salah down the line now, looking for Dom. Cross in. Newcastle defend it. The edge of the 6-yard box and put it out for a Liverpool throw-in on the far side. Bruno Guimaraes bringing it away here for Newcastle. Tries to play it through. Ricochets off Virgil for a corner. Can I make a tier list of all the refs? Yeah, sure, no problem. Jared Gillett, and then that's the good side, and shit, everybody on the other side. List complete, Macaulay. Yeah, I don't really rate too many Premier League refs, to be honest with you, these days. And the one that I do rate obviously can't ref Liverpool games because he's a Liverpool fan. Although there has been some decent performances from refs this season. But, oh, that should be a free out. Yeah, well done, John Brooks. Eventually did your job. Robert said, why are we so negative all of a sudden? Are we just shattered? Maybe, but it's like, in some ways I understand it because Arne doesn't want to give away counter-attacking opportunities by losing possession. So in some ways I can understand it, but it also takes away from our attacking ability when we are so cautious in possession to make sure we have people in the right areas if we do give the ball away, but it lets Newcastle reset. Well, lets all opposition teams reset. Kelleher now goes long. Again, Liverpool lose the first header. Second one headed back forward by Robbo. Trippier now into Joelinton. And Trippier goes back to Nick Pope. Dan Burn. Virgil. And again, Trippier heads it back to Pope. Ant Decker, Newcastle fans. Yes, huge Newcastle fans, Devlin. They are from Newcastle after all. Gravenberch loses out there to Joelinton, but it does go out for a Liverpool throw-in. Right, folks, we are a quarter of the way through the cup final, and it's been it's not been great so far, has it? Kwanzaa, well done, Jarrell. Goes past a couple of players, still running, and then gives it away. Shmunga said, it looks like we're looking around for a perfect moment. We need to just take the chances we have. Tighten up, boys, said Shmungus, and thank you, mate, for your super chat. Newcastle on the attack now. Isak, he's pulled very wide left here. Newcastle have the second ball with Tonali out of the box. Oh, thankfully his strike goes wide of Kelleher's left-hand post. They worked a decent shooting position for Tonali out of the penalty area. He's running from left to right. Tries to hit it on the run, and thankfully for us it goes about a yard or two wide of Kelleher's left-hand post. Free kick to Liverpool. Dan Burn foul on Mohamed Salah on the far side of the pitch. Nevlin said, Craig, the frustration's a lot today, mate. Something's not feeling right here. We just... What's confusing me is we're almost like willing to have possession, but we're being overly cautious in possession. Long ball over the top there, looking for Luis Diaz. And again, Newcastle win the first and second ball and head it back to Nick Pope. Like, we're pumping long balls. The aim has to be to win second balls because Diogo Jota and Diaz isn't going to be out jumping their centre-backs. And there's nobody there for the second ball. So I don't really understand the rationale behind it. And it's another Newcastle corner now. Ball played in and Canade has to put it behind. And it'll be another Newcastle corner on the far side of the pitch. Well, it shouldn't be, because fucking Murphy was 2 yards offside. This is some bullshit. He's offside clearly and Newcastle get a corner out of it. I mean, for the love of God. Linesman could have seen that. At least a yard and a half, 2 yards off. And Newcastle get a corner out of it from an offside position. Well done, Kelleher. Down at the feet of, I think, Bruno Guimaraes to make the save. If they had scored from that corner, I'd lose my mind. Well done, Kelleher. Straight down at Bruno's feet. Diogo now. To Diaz. Cuts inside to Maka. Floats it looking for Salah. Livramento gets there. This fucking... Why are we obsessed with putting the ball through the air? Play it on the fucking deck. Play it on the deck. Faster. Move the ball. These aerial floated balls are not going to give us much joy. Aaron said the boys look like they're low on gas. Luckily, this is the last high pressure match of the season. Virgil to Jota. Our centre forward. Look how deep he's having to come here to get the ball. Again, just moving across the back line. Slow 5-10 yard passes right in front of the Newcastle team. And then we give it away nearly. And Canade has to make a sliding challenge. Stop being so slow and monotonous, for the love of God. Or Arne to put on players who have energy. This is just bullshit. Second best all over the park in these challenges. Another hoofed up ball here, this time from Kwanzaa. Mo doesn't look himself. This is, by the way, I'm going to say something in a second, and I hope people understand where I'm coming from. But these type of demeanours is what happens when you don't give the lads their contracts. And I don't care anymore what journalists or anybody else says. Nobody's going to convince me that these boys aren't semi-deflated, not knowing what the hell is going on. They're in a final here, about to win the league, and our owners won't give them contracts. And then we're wondering why they look flat, fatigued, or mentally tired out there. It's because you're cheap, John. That's why. Because you're goddamn cheap and an embarrassment to the club. And I don't know if people agree or disagree with me, but they don't look like they're upbeat and happy here, do they? They don't look like themselves. And I've said this all the way through. You can't tell us it's not going to be a mental drain on these players and their families when they don't know their futures. It absolutely is. But yet you want the best out of them? Joke. Another cross in. Of course, Newcastle's defenders get there first. Salah lets it go out for a corner. Well done, Mo. Big pitch making us look slow and leggy more. We should be keeping it on the deck and making the ball do the work. As they say in football growing up, let the ball do the work and tire out Newcastle by moving it around them. Nevin said, I agree, Craig. FSG fanboys can F off. Definitely affecting Mo, in my opinion, said Julian. Exactly. And I've said this for ages, for months. These players are human beings. Of course it's going to impact them. But, again, let's wait and see what happens. Right, Robbo with the corner. Ball in. Joelinton clears at the near post. And Liverpool have a throw in now by the corner flag. The Liverpool prophet said, bro, these FSG fanboys, Craig, are something else. They have a loser mentality. They're all cooks. That's what they are, mate. Every one of them. Cooks. Every single one of them. Every one of them don't wear the pants in their relationships as well. I bet you that. Every single one of them. Absolute cooks that like being told what to do and don't have an opinion of their own or a backbone to share that opinion. Ball over the top looking for Lucho. Oh, Diaz, man. Was he offside? He was. He was offside. How far was he off? Let's have a look at this. He was about half a yard off. If you look at the far side of the pitch, Livramento was probably the closest. Our wingers aren't winning any one-on-ones. Lack of movement in the final third. I agree, Devon. Take it down and run at them. Why are we afraid to run at them? Both our wide players are cutting inside over and over and over again. Look, Ibu more concentrating on wrestling with his man there and he falls over because he missed the ball. Oh, lads, wake up. Look, stop being more... Stop wrestling with players and watch the ball. Canada again, that's twice in the space of 10 seconds. He's more interested in wrestling with his man than keeping an eye on the ball. And now it's another Newcastle corner. Wakey, wakey. Why have we got Macca marking Dan Burn? Alexis McAllister marking Dan Burn. He can barely even fucking tickle his belly button. Callagher again into the left channel. Diaz wins the header. There's no advantage there, referee. There is no advantage. Diaz went for an aerial challenge. It was one of them cowardly challenges that someone leans into him and makes him fall over and land awkwardly. Oh, just give that Trippier lad a fucking yellow card and tell him to piss off, will you? He's a whiny little bitch. All Trippier ever does is whinge. Look, cowardly challenge. Leans his arm into Diaz so he falls awkwardly. Like an absolute pussy. Bet you Neville won't call that out though. Because Trippier's English and Neville loves his English boys. That's shocking. That is a cowardly challenge from Trippier. Absolute bitch. Goal kick Newcastle. What do you think's the reason Liverpool start off slow every first half? I guess Arne just trying to manage the load on the players is all I can think of. 33 minutes and no shot. Yep. 33 minutes, again, forwards stinking up the gaff. Barnes on the run. Gets his cross in, that's unacceptable. And then a couple of shots blocked. That is unacceptable that he gets that cross in. Newcastle, again, getting far more opportunities than us because they're being proactive. Ball in, Isak heads it off the back of Robertson. Then Trippier plays it and it goes off, I think, Andy Robertson again. Yeah, good block, Robbo. Newcastle go edge of the box this time. Oh, Dan Burr wins the first header, and then there's a second one, and thankfully Kelleher makes the save. But a heavier touch on that, Newcastle are 1-0 up. Watch this, ball edge of the box, headed in by Byrne. If Bruno Guimaraes, or who was it, Barnes, is it? Actually, I think it might be Barnes. No, it is Bruno. If he gets a heavier touch on that, Newcastle are 1-0 up. But Kelleher watched it well. And did well to make sure they didn't spill the ball either. So well done, Quiveen. But again, why did you let that go out, Diaz? Why did you... He lets it go out as if he's about to get the throw and it's a Newcastle throw. I mean, Arne has to see what we're seeing, right? He has to. Look at these shots. Look at this. Newcastle have had 7 shots to our 2. And we've had none. Or 7 shots, 2 on target, sorry. And we've had none. And we've had like 69, 70% of the ball. It's an absolute joke. It's a joke. How are you going to win a cup final without having a shot on target? Or even having a shot? All we've done is just pump long balls into the channels. An absolute joke. These tactics are bullshit. It's just so passive. Another Newcastle free kick in a wide area. 36 minutes on the clock. Virgil wins that header. Second ball back down. Joelinton has it. Shar now. Headed away by Maka. Soboslai. Into Salah. Salah hooks the ball forward again. Oh, lucky. Second balls. Again, Newcastle first to every feckin' one of them. Robbo. Shot it again. Ball watching. Waiting for the fucking thing to bounce instead of taking possession of it. Well done, Jarrell. Well done. Good reading of the situation. Go on, Jarrell. Go on, fella. On the run you go. Go on. Of course it comes back. Yeah, that's it, Joelinton. Joelinton celebrating a free kick like he's won the Premier League. Unlucky, Jarrell. At least he's trying to be proactive there and get forward. At least trying to make something happen. Lads, Diogo Jota has been a waste of time. And I don't understand how he starts him again. He stumped the gaff up against PSG. He's nowhere again today. And the reward for that is to be picked for the final. It's just... I hate this stuff. I hate it because these are the things we were talking about all summer, all winter window. No reinforcements, no options, no pressure on any players, nobody on their shoulder trying to take the shirt off their back, nobody to force them out of position. And this is the result of that. This monotonous, dire, lifeless performance. There's a head clash here between Joelinton, Tonali and Szoboszlai. So obviously the referee correctly stops the game to make sure everyone's okay. Again, Joelinton, look, they're such pussies backing into our players to make them fall awkwardly. He should have gone with your starting 11. Look, I know Arne's lost the gaffer and he makes these decisions, but I don't understand what he expected from Jota. Like, you've seen him the last few months. Why did you expect today that in a cup final on a bigger pitch against bigger centre-backs that Jota is going to be able to do anything to impact this game? I don't get the rationale behind it. Unless it's to try and wear them down and win it late from the bench. But, I mean, that's a risky plan, isn't it? Szoboszlai tries to get in behind Trippier to Diaz. Diaz claiming for a penalty for a handball. Haven't seen a replay of it, haven't got a clue. Newcastle now with Isak. He's challenged. Well done. Gravenberch. Virgil has it now. Virgil goes into the left channel looking for Jota, but again it's overhit and it goes all the way through. Clearing out jumping players is a dirty foul. I know, mate. I'm well aware and I agree with you 100%. It is a dirty foul and it's something in rugby you'd be getting yellow carded for, but apparently in football it's fine. Apparently it's fine for Kieran Trippier to just slap the ball with his hand as well. That's all tickety-boo. Again, another wasted ball in the final third trying to pick out Diaz. Overhit straight through to Pope. Mohammed said Jota's no Aguero. Aguero was small but he could cause problems. Yep. He had movement and pace. Jota doesn't have that pace. Again, another push in the back right in front of you, Brooks, you little gimp. We're in the 42nd minute of the cup final and we haven't had a shot yet. Well done, Robbo. Good defending. Cross comes in from Newcastle deep towards the back post. Isak's just behind Robbo, but Robbo uses his body well. Turns his right shoulder, opens up and lets the ball go behind for a goal kick. Good defended from Andy Robertson. He watched that as well. He watched the movement. Well done, Robbo. That was good defending. He watched it all the way across. Trippier injured apparently. What did he dislocate his finger from handling the ball? Apparently handle the ball for balance. Yeah, of course. Balance. Like, we're all out like this in football. That's grand. Balance. What happened to the team that started the season? Did you want the real answer? This is what happens when you don't bring in players to back up the main squad, like I've said all summer. I hope people, not my chat, by the way, when I say people, I don't mean my chat, but I hope people realise this is what happens when you don't sign players. This is what happens every goddamn year. And you stumble over the line to win things instead of being at your best. And all the cooks and FSG apologists will tell us all again that how could we possibly improve on the greatest side the football's ever seen, with 90 great players and 5,000 players in every position and no way of improving it and nothing possible to be done. How could we do it? Couldn't be done. If you're Liverpool, apparently. And this is it. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of all these little apologists accepting this. Because that's what they're doing. They're accepting this. There's nothing in that performance today so far. The Liverpool prophet said, Craig, seriously, the lack of investment is crazy, bro. At this point, we're going to end up with academy players. Yep. And we're supposed to believe that we'll get 7 top-class players in the summer. Do you know, every time and time again. Apparently, it'll be okay for these clowns for us not to have had a shot in the first half of a game in a final. No shots, we look leggy, and unless Mo creates and scores, we don't look like it, said Stevie Boy. Appreciate you, bro. Newcastle go long again with the free kick. Edge of the box now to Harvey Barnes. His strike's deflected and it'll be another Newcastle corner. Just a quick question. How many free kicks have Newcastle had in this game? Because there was another one that they pumped long diagonally forward. How many? I think I've counted at least 6 or 7. And of course, every second ball they're winning as well. Every single one. So there's another corner to defend. We've let Newcastle impose their will on us in this first half. And their game plan is working, whereas we just look like we're hanging on. 1-0 Newcastle. Dan Burn header. 1-0 Newcastle. Behind in the cup final. I told you. I fucking told you it was coming. Dan Burn again. Tallest lad in the pitch. Did I or did I not mention who was marking him 15 minutes ago? And now just before half time, 1-0 to Newcastle. And they deserve their lead. They deserve it. They've been the better side. Alexis fucking McAllister marking a lad that's twice his height. This is actually idiotic. This is actually idiotic. You've got our smallest player marking their tallest player. Make that make sense to me. Anyone, make that make sense. I called it. I called it halfway through the first half. I said, why is he marking Dan Burn? And there he is, unchallenged. Tallest lad out there and you leave him unmarked. Oh my God. Idiotic. It's idiotic. I'm an idiot and I could see that a mile away. And I'm an idiot. So what is our coaches doing? What is our defensive leaders doing? Again, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure out that a 6'6" centre back is going to have the jump on a 5'6" midfielder. But we got what we deserved in this 45 minutes. Let's be honest about that. Newcastle deserve their lead. We've been horrendous. Half time. We've been horrendous. We deserve nothing from this first half. Salah now. Oh, fuck off, Jota. Jota has a volley 7 yards out, puts it 7 yards wide. Diaz heads it back to him. Diogo Jota 7 yards out. and head volleys it 7 yards wide. And it's half time, and Newcastle lead by a 1-0, and a deserved lead by a 1-0. Kelleher out of position. This team has no desire, said Mystery Man. Aaron Garza said, we don't deserve this match. Won't even be upset if Newcastle win. We don't deserve it. You're right. If we're being honest with ourselves on the balance of that first half, Newcastle deserve their lead. Be honest. Like, we are being honest about it. They deserve their lead. We deserve nothing from this game. Newcastle have been better in every single aspect. Schmungus said, we look lazy. Jota needs to go. Wes Roberts said, what on earth happened to Jota? Never seen him so poor. And Mohammed said, Salah is non-existent. The entire... Look. You want me to be honest with you, right? You want me to call it like it is. I'm going to tell you why this is happening. This is happening for the very reason that it happens every single season. We have no legs left. Everyone's mentally and physically exhausted. The players who the club expect to be at the top of their game but don't want to give contracts to, heads are all over the shop. The manager made a horrendous decision to play Diogo Jota up top. And all of this comes back to a lack of investment and a lack of pressure on the starters. People don't want to hear that. But that's why. When you've got a team with no pressure on them, a team that know that they can go out there and drop a deuce in the centre circle and still get picked, this is what happens. No pressure, no energy, fatigue, no desire, zilch. So how do you want players to play like their lives depend on it when you won't give them a contract? It's all entirely predictable. And I say it every year, and I'm sick of being told by all the Cooks FSG apologists that I'm wrong. Every year, this garbage turns up at this time of the year because we're exhausted. Simple as that. So, to Lynch, to Doyle, and to all those other FSG apologists, pretend journalists, and every other fan channel that hasn't got the balls to do it, I hope you're enjoying the cup final. I hope you're enjoying the performance that our lack of investment deserves. And I don't want to hear a fucking peep from any of them about disappointment. You all earned this. All the bitches, all the little cooks that don't have it within them to actually have a go at the owners deserve this performance. Because that's what happens. Dylan Reid, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. I have a few more to get back through here. 1 second. Nessie said FSG out. Don't know when some fans and journalists will start to care about the club and ask important questions. Never. They won't do it. Because then they won't get the tickets. Then they won't get the access. They put themselves in front of you. They put themselves in front of honesty. And they're a bunch of fucking cowards. And I'm sick of calling it out. And I'm sick of being ridiculed by these brown-nosed and arseholes. Because you allow this shit to happen. Allow it to happen. While you're doing the club's bidding, licking John's arse. This is what happens. No pressure on anyone. Cup final, we didn't have a shot. Not one shot on target in 45. The closest we came was Diogo Jota putting it 7 yards wide. You speak the truth, couldn't say it better. I have to say it. I don't like to say it, but I have to say it. And it happens every single season. Corbyn said diabolical first half. Gary Fry said this long ball tactic invites counters, suits Newcastle, did the same in extra time against PSG, sorted out lads, keep it on the floor. Yes Gary, on the floor. Couldn't agree more mate. Keep it on the deck. We look exhausted. Like, why are we pumping balls forward to Diogo Jota to battle Fabian Schär and Dan Burn? Both of them twice the size. And then we're not even fighting properly for the second balls. It's just been awful and entirely predictable. And look, again, credit Newcastle. They deserve their lead. Mohammed said, my 2 cents, Slot needs more trust in Elliott, Endo, Chiesa, etc. At least we have rotated more. Sheriff Torchwood, how are you, my friend? Said, not a good start. In the first half, Liverpool and Newcastle won. Liverpool need to score 3 goals soon. Have faith. Come on, dude. Come on. There's not much to have faith about there, is there? In that first half. You know, Newcastle with a better team in every department. It's appalling. They should be ashamed of themselves after that performance. Martin said, playing like we played in the first leg against PSG, we always drop off at the end of the season and it's getting ridiculous. We need investment. So, I want you guys to do me a favour. If Liverpool go on to lose this cup final, get into every journalist, all the Doyles, all the Gorsts, all the Lynches, and let them know this is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. This is what you think is good enough. Because it's appalling. And we'll have it again and again and again. And the more... It's so predictable, isn't it? Every season, same time. But there's 45 minutes to go. But we're going to have an entirely better second half. Owen Dunn said, I understand the criticism of Núñez. We all know what he's like. But come on, he offers more than Jota. I agree. Mate, you've no argument for me on that one. Absolutely none. At least Darwin would be putting himself about up there, doing something. Diogo's done nothing and comes deep to receive the ball because we're playing it sideways and backwards. We're trying to control a game that we've no control of. I don't understand this tactic of moving the ball slowly side to side and playing it all in front of Newcastle and then just pumping balls into the channel to try and get in behind diagonally, and we've lost every second ball. And then again, I called this on Newcastle's second corner. I said, why have we got Alexis McAllister marking Dan Burn? And who scores the goal? Dan Burn running off Alexis McAllister. It's not fucking rocket science to not have a 5'6", 5'7" player marking a giant. Thank you, Red. Stargirl. Jack Muszewski, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. And there was one more I missed as well. Alex Gregor, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. And Sasha, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC as well. We're getting battered in midfield, said Stargirl. Should have gone 3-4-3 with us losing. Trent, the forwards are rubbish, but the ball's not getting to them. I think Kwanzaa's done okay, in all honesty. I think Jarell Kwanzaa's done okay. Robbo's done okay. Canade ball watching and being too interested in physically battling his man rather than actually watching the ball has annoyed me in that first half and giving them a couple of corners. Martin again said, the long balls, we need Núñez, just like I said against PSG. I do not understand why he plays Jota when he sets up with these tactics. I'm the same, Martin. I think most people in the chat, my friend, would agree with you. You know, we've basically rewarded Jota for a shit performance by starting him in a cup final. I don't know what to say about that. You know, he doesn't deserve to start. He was terrible. Put Jones on and play with him on the left and put Diaz through the centre. Do anything that will put any energy into this team because it looks flat-footed out there. Adam said, we're getting physically abused. We can't be as tall, so we need to put this game on a horse track again. Run, Reds, run. Exactly. Exactly, mate. Keep it on the deck. Wear Newcastle out. Move it quickly. And be proactive. We've been so passive. Wilson said, this is an FSG problem. It is, mate. And do you know how annoying it is to say the same thing every season and have to listen to these same gobshites every year try to pretend like everything's great at the club? Bumbadog said, today's been long ball FC without our guys running into space, getting beat all over the pitch. We need to up the tempo and aggression ASAP. I mean, tallest player unmarked, atrocious. Yeah, it's schoolboy stuff. If you were coaching an under-12s team and you seen that, your little midfielder marking their big centre-back, you would have to ask questions of what is going on there. You would. You'd rightly ask, what is going on? Why have we got the smallest lad in their team marking the biggest lad in their team? You know, it's not rocket science to figure out he's going to be the commanding aerial presence. It's bullshit. FSG have let us down again. Why do we leave ourselves short every season? I know we'd be burnt out. Always good to listen to Craig. Love the passion. Thank you, Ryan. Why is a 5'8" Macca marking a 6'7" Burn? Yeah, I know, mate. Make it make sense. Nessie said, Slot needs to get his head right. Elliot, Endo, Chiesa, Nunes, 100% fit, will always be better than tired and lost legs. Take Jota off. I'm done, said Nessie. Tappin Merton said, at least you've got your second Premier League soon. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very grateful for that. But this was entirely predictable, to be honest with you, after what we've seen midweek. And we all said at the start when he picked Jota, why? You know, what has Jota done to deserve that start? But Salah's been awful. Diaz has been awful. Midfield's look leggy. We've been the second best team. I have no complaints about being behind. Newcastle have been the better team. Right, ladies and gents, really quickly before I get through some more super chats, a reminder, we are being brought to you with thanks to our sponsors Manscaped. Check out the Beard and Balls bundle featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger. You can get yourself 20% off and free shipping store-wide at manscaped.com with our code Anfield20 at checkout. That's 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20, or scan the QR code. Ariane said, disgusted how FSG let the contracts get so far. Yep. And then we're supposed to, as fans, wonder why we have players out there that look a little bit under the weather, shall we say. Because the club have shown no faith in them, no belief in them, but we're supposed to expect the best out of these lads. You know what I mean? It isn't rocket science, it's human nature. Treat people well if you want the best from them. Ask any employer, any boss, any team leader. You want morale to be high, treat them well, look after them, and make them feel loved and wanted. Not for our club, not with FSG. No, cheap out, lie, manipulate, and get all the brown nosers to say everything's great. James LFC, thank you for being a member with us, mate, for 6 months. Said Liverpool 2-1 up the Reds. I mean, we're going to have to change a lot to get back into this second half. Still feeling the effect of never replacing Bobby, said Alex Gregro. Will said Ryan and Macca look burnt out, but it's not surprising when they're having to play every game. Investment is needed. Zach said, change the entire front line. If Salah doesn't like it, he can leave. Not that I want him to, just been poor recently. Joe Wilkinson said, I feel sorry for the fans who travelled to watch this. Mastad86 said, all on FSG. Knew they should have invested, but top Reds were saying we were being daft. Yep, brave, bold decisions, remember? That's what we were told. Not signing anybody is a brave, bold decision, and they're holding their nerve. They're shit in the bed like they always do. You'll never walk alone. 111 said, get Salah to Saudi and get Dembele. Look, I want Mo to stay. Make no mistake about that. But this is just, it's entirely predictable. Slot has been great for us, no doubt, but he needs to start rotating the squad, whether he trusts them or not. The same players can't play week in and week out. So there's a couple of things psychologically about that. One, the players know there's no pressure on them. Salah, Virgil, and some of them players know they can go out there and be terrible and nobody's replacing them because there's nobody to put pressure on them. So that's one part of it. The second part is the lack of investment. And the third part, of course, like you've said, is running players into the ground over the course of a season. Can we bring back the kids from last year? They had more spirit and fight, said Stargirl. Why can't non-members chat? Don't like banter. No, I don't like dickheads, mate. But it's okay. You paid to have your little say. And don't like it, fuck off. It's that simple. So, yeah. Thanks for your £2 and all, mate. But it's got nothing to do with banter. It's got everything to do with toxic little pricks like you coming in and being assholes. But then again, I'm sure you know that and you're just trying to get a rise out of me, but at least you paid for the privilege. Red said, sorry mate, message missed out. We look completely utterly flat, and why Jota of all people, from being in 4 competitions to potentially just 1. I don't know what to say, mate. It's just like rinse and repeat every season, isn't it? I'm telling you, we'll not win anything. I can see Arsenal catching us now. Not a hope. Not a hope. There's no way we're losing 5 and 9 games. Not a hope. Jacko Said, the scary thing is, I can see us having an even thinner squad next season. We only seem to get proper investment when we finish outside the top 4. We're about to get underway for the second half as well. And by the way, for our United we stand, lad, this is a cup final, mate, for the big teams. You'll get there someday again. I know you won your cup a few years ago, but right now, mate, you know, battling relegation's difficult for you. I get it. But you do have Thursday night, so enjoy that. You may have no European football next season, but it's okay, though, because you can look at Jim's new stadium render and knock one out to that while staff are being sacked all around you. I love the banter, though. The banter's great. Second half about to get underway. Newcastle playing from right to left. No changes from Arne slot. And here we go for the second half. Mohammed said, how is this even team play? How is this that every team we play against us wants to win the game more than us? So frustrating. Yes, sir. No desire against PSG, no desire today. Our two most important games so far. Jota's starting again is so frustrating. He hasn't even looked interested, said Rain. Stevie Boy said, so how will FSG explain the departure of Mo, Virgil and Trent? By pointing to the fact that they've been playing like this at the end of the season and using it as an excuse to say that they're washed, is my guess. But they'd be wrong. But that's just my guess, Stevie Boy. Right, Liverpool go short with a goal kick. It's with Robbo. I'm going to try to get through the rest of those super chats in a second. I just want to sync up for everybody as well. Just got to pause this chat for 1 second because it's half a second ahead. Right, so when it gets to 46:15, I'll sync. I just had to pause it because I was a second ahead on my clock. Right, so we are now coming up to 46:15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. And of course, YouTube chat shits the bed. Ay, right, pop out. Coolio. So no changes from Arne slot at half time, just to confirm everyone. Okay. Sheriff Torchwood said Liverpool has only got one chance or game over. Oh, ball squeezed in looking for Jota, left side of the penalty area, pull back towards Diaz, but Joelinton gets there first and clears it. Liverpool throw in on the far side. Was that not a handball by Trippier? No, apparently he was balancing himself, so that's all tickety-boo. You know, put your arms out wide by your side, balancing yourself. No problem, apparently. Other than Gakpo, the future of every single first team forward is in doubt for next season, says Wes Roberts. Canade to Diaz. Gravenberch. You would hope now Newcastle start to drop deeper and get nervous to defend this lead as the game goes on, and hopefully we can force something through. Salah now. Back to McAllister, edge of the penalty area. To Gravenberch. Gravenberch tries to fire one over the top for Maka, but it's overhit and it goes out for a goal kick. Come the day of new signings, I don't want to see one player in, one player out. Our squad has been way too small for a long time, said Will, and thank you, Will. These owners are an absolute disgrace. It's so easy to see that the players are burnt out. Same thing every year. Get these feckers out of our club. The part that really gets to me, G-Cons, is we're expecting Virgil and Salah to play like their life depends on it when the club won't back them and offer them new deals. And then we're surprised that we've got this lethargic, low squad spirit. And people are surprised by it. That baffles me. And Ethan said Salah needs to win this. Ballon d'Or depends on it. Now, the Ballon d'Or is gone, Ethan. That's done. I don't mean that to be disrespectful because I wish it wasn't. But you don't win Ballon d'Ors going out in the last 16 of the Champions League. That was, unfortunately, I think, the end of that argument. As much as I wish it wasn't. Right, anyway, we're through all the super chats now. Thank you to everyone that sent them in, and thank you to everyone for their support as well. It can't get much worse for us in this second half, so fingers crossed we can find a way through. Newcastle deserve their lead, so credit to them, but we need to be a lot better. Barnes now on the attack for Newcastle. Cross in, Kwanzaa blocks it, another Newcastle corner. When you're going for 3 trophies, you have to have depth in the squad. This is why, said Ben Barrett. I agree, Ben. I agree. Toby, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, my man. I don't know what to say on that Carabao Cup handball call. The referee's called no penalty for handball was checked. His arm deemed to be in an expected position with no clear or deliberate movement towards the ball. Nearly 2-0. Now it is 2-0 and it's over. Offside flag goes up, thankfully. Oh. Another corner we didn't deal with. Offside flag goes up. Isak puts it into the net. Now we have to wait and see what VAR has to say. So the corner comes in. It's a deep one. Joelinton's unmarked. This might be close. I don't know if Gravenberch has him on the far side or not. It's hard to tell from the angle they showed us. He might be on. Gravenberch might be playing him on. He is on. This is going to stand. Unless the player in front of Kelleher was deemed to be blocking him. Yeah, we're back on their way. I think they will. Look, I haven't got the audio. My guess is that they're going to say the player in front of Kelleher was impeding him because he didn't look offside, Isak, to me. So I can only imagine it was Bruno standing in front of the keeper. That was the reason for the offside. I'm going to be honest and say I don't think Bruno was in Kelleher's eyesight line. Oh shit, sorry. I clicked on the wrong... Sorry, apologies. I clicked the wrong button there for a sec. My apologies. I've got to be honest. I don't think he was blocking Kelleher's eye line. Now it is 2-0. Now it is fucking 2-0. Isak, 2-0. Game over. Isak scores to make it 2-0, and that's that. No lessons learned. And Newcastle deserve it. 2-0 up. Isak buries the rebound. We got let off the hook a minute ago, and they punish us a minute later. We've learned nothing. Messi won a Ballon d'Or with his Cup and League win over VVD. I don't know what to say here, lads. Newcastle deserve their 2 goals to the lead. I'm going to fix this clock, sorry. I'm going to pause this. Livramento gets the cross in. Out jump by Robbo, and then Isak's there to bury it in the rebound. That's what having a centre forward goal poacher does for you. Ball drops in the penalty area after Robbo's out jumped and Isak buries it. No chance Kelleher. Great finish, 2-0. I don't know what to say. It's a bitter pill to swallow, this, but look, on the balance of play, you can't have any arguments. Robbo with a cross, deep. Aaron said, rather watch paint dry than our attack right now. Yep. This is the predictable end to our season that we get every year because of FSG's lack of investment and a lack of options and a lack of energy. It's soul destroying to say it every year. It's soul destroying to hear the same complaints from fans every year go unanswered from the owners. But again, make sure you let all the journalists know who told you everything was great that this is on them as much as it's on the owners. Heartbreaking. Darwin and Jones about to come on now. Bit fucking late, lads. Should have done a half time. If we don't win the league, bro, this is sad. We will win the league, Alex. We will. We'll fall over the line and win the league. But this is what happens with these owners and the lack of investment. And I'm getting tired. Every year, these arsehole journalists and FSG apologists tell us, you're top of the league. What are you worried for? You're in every competition. What are you worried for? This is what we're worried for. Because every year, same stuff. Every year. And these absolute clowns get away with it every fucking year. Jacko said, cheers, Craig. I'm not watching Lift the Trophy. Casper said, worried we bottle the title now. Jota's coming off. Stunk the gaff up for another 55. I just want to take 1 second though to just pull back a second and say, look, to any Newcastle fans watching, you've deserved your 2-0 lead, and everything we're talking about in here as Liverpool fans is not against Newcastle. Newcastle, the better side on the day, deserve this 2-0 lead. So, you know, congratulations on that front. You're deserved winners if you go on to win this trophy today. So everything I'm talking about, I don't want to in any way belittle Newcastle's day because their team showed up and is doing the job. So fair play to Newcastle. But, you know, we have every right to be asking these questions as Liverpool fans as to how we're here yet again, where we're falling apart at the end of a season. How these same people that back these owners and lack of spending every single window have the cheek to look down their noses at the rest of us who are just getting tired of it. Tired of false dawns, tired of promising starts, and the seasons just pittle away because we've got no legs, no energy, no bodies left. I mean, I'd love to know what the actual game plan was for us for this game today. Because it looked like, let's go out there and play for penalties. Because we were no way proactive. We were in no way looking to attack Newcastle. We were in no way looking to enforce our game or will upon them. We sat back, played side-to-side football, played long balls into the corners, lost every second ball. Our forwards have not won a single battle. Not one forward has gone past the player that I can remember on the outside. Over and over again, same thing. Half time, what does the manager do? Absolutely nothing. Sends the same lads out for the second half who've done nothing and then concede another one. It's just bullshit. So, how do our owners think that in a week where we get knocked out of the Champions League, our players complaining about the fact that there's no news on their deals, and we're about to lose a cup final? Is this the good vibes you want, FSG? Is this the good vibes that we're supposed to feel as fans? Deflated, players looking exhausted, mentally broken. Fuck off. Absolute spoofers, these owners. Absolute spoofers. Jones. Oh, good save. Unlucky Jones. Curtis Jones in 2 minutes there has done more. Good bit of play by Liverpool. It's played into the left channel. Szoboszlai rolls it across. Jones takes a touch, hits it, and it's a strong save from Nick Pope with his right hand. Premier League trophy be a good send-off for this team. Could have been 10, 20 years before Liverpool's up there again, depending on who leaves and future investment. We're going to fall over the line to win the league. Craig, we need the players to refresh after the international break. Look, we have to win 5 games of football out of 9 to win the league. We will do that. But like I said, we'll be falling over the line. Shadow TV, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Almost at the hour mark here, and that's by far the closest Liverpool have come to a breakthrough. Jones gets the strike away. Nick Pope makes a strong save with his right arm. Ash said, it's not always about how you start, it's how you finish. We all seen it coming, yet the journalists would say you're top of the league and in Europe, there's no need for signings. They do it every year, mate. Every single year this happens. Every year. We all get belittled for having some expectations of our owners. And they, being the cooks that they are, love to just tell everybody else they're wrong. And look down their noses at us. And laugh at us and jeer us and mock us. And then this happens. But they'll have had their day out, you know. They'll have had their free tickets and their day out. So what do they care? Oh, absolutely. Eugene Slot has to take some blame on this. Mate, I'm in no way trying to not say Arne Slot didn't get his team selection wrong. We said it at the start when we seen Jota's name on the team sheet. How? Like, what did Jota do midweek to deserve this start? Nothing. Salah, again, should be taken off now at this point. He's done nothing in the game, been invisible. So I agree. Absolutely, there's a blame in a few areas on this. And I don't understand what the tactics were at the start of the game either. I really don't understand what the plan here was. Liverpool corner, well done Robbo. Gets the block in. Joelinton, he needs to relax now. Jesus Christ, mate. Jammy Jam there said 70 years since Newcastle would have made the trophy. The tune will be crazy tonight. Look, fair play to Newcastle. Again, I've got nothing but goodwill towards Newcastle, and fair play to them. They'll celebrate this, and deservedly so. But of course, you know, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I look at it through Liverpool lenses. But these lads in Newcastle will be heroes, and rightly so. You know, 70 years is a long time to wait for a trophy, and Eddie Howe will never have to buy a pint in Newcastle again, and again, deservedly so. Will said, I just hope John W. Henry and co are in the stands when we lift the Prem and fans show their feelings with every season poor investment. Schmunga said, it's heartbreaking to see a club we all love, so much hope, lose love of the game. FSG are vampires sucking the life out of the club. Thank you, Schmungus. It's just tough. Tough to see it every single season. Nessie, Craig, I refuse to believe Chiesa can't be this bad to not even be on the pitch for this game now. 7 million quid a year and the transfer fee. Newcastle here looking for a third. Kelleher making worldy saves on the line to stop Newcastle getting a third. This is... Shar again drags a shot wide. Newcastle pushing and pushing for a third to kill the game. It's just business to these lads, Craig. Thanks for consistently voicing our frustrations. They don't care about trophies. Do the lads look like they've ever won one? I'll continue to say what needs to be said, mate, but I just hope that people start to speak up for us, because it's tough to do this battle on your own all the time against powerful entities. Case has got a free season ticket at this point, said Connor. Yep. And John Erdinger, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, mate. It's a tough watch, this. 25 to go. By the way, we will be live tonight for a late night agenda at 8:45 or 9 o'clock. So make sure you join us, because we want you to have your say on the state of the club and what you want to happen moving forward. So don't forget about that one tonight, 8:45, late night agenda. Couple of Newcastle players down now, I think, with cramp. We're playing in a school game on April 3rd, said CHD Warrior. Free season ticket and being paid 140k a week, living the life. Orbamba said, I had a premonition where we basically depleted by how thin our squad is at the end of the season. I hope we invest hugely for the next season. We need depth. That's all we ever have, isn't it, though, buddy? Going into these windows is hope. Hope. We've been second best all over the park today, so we got to take that on the chin and be honest about what we're seeing as well. Newcastle deserve their 2-0 lead. They've been the better team on the day. They deserve the plaudits. They're hungrier. They wanted it more. You know, it's not a nice thing to say that, but they did. They wanted it more. This game means more to those Newcastle players than it has to our players. You can see it by the performances. Barnabas said same thing happened last season. Yep. And the season before. Mack has gone off now to be replaced by Cody Gakpo. As a fan, it's always tough to lose any game. But it's even more tough when it feels like there's no fight or spirit out there. And whether that's because of mental and physical exhaustion or something else, who knows. But we've seen a Liverpool team outfought, outworked, outthought, outbattled. And that's unacceptable in a cup final. You know, there's ways to lose games of football. And we've been just thoroughly outplayed. And that sucks. Difficult, but Newcastle deserve their credit. Matthew said, I'm not even angry, I'm just sad, heartbreaking. Oh mate, I'm definitely angry. Bulgars Taste Salty said, we won't win another game playing like this. Thank God for the 12 points, we're going to need them, said Rabadan. Yeah, as I said earlier on, mate, we'll fall over the line at the end of the season. Mythical Return said, even though we see this crap from the owners coming a mile away, it still hurts just as much. Sad, sad end to the season. Yep. In 1 week, we've got knocked out of the Champions League and we're about to lose a cup final. In 1 week. From the same lack of investment. And again, how do you expect Salah and Van Dijk to go out there and play at their best when you have no faith in them and don't want to give them a new contract? Scumbag owners. That's it. I'm saying it. Scumbags. Newcastle almost make it 3-0 there, but again we get a block in. Harry said FSG won't invest. They'll spend what they earned in the Champions League and let our 3 best players leave for free. Bleeding us dry like you've always said, Craig. Well, remember, your Anfield Raps, your Red Men, your Echo journalists, your Lynches, all these other lads that are happy to keep taking the freebies and keep taking the interviews and keep taking the access. Remember, only one channel called this shit out. Only one. And it's the only one that doesn't get a sniff. Fraser. Slot doesn't change team enough for me, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Look, the manager does not get off scot-free on this, mate. You're absolutely right to bring that one up. Capitz Chris, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Look, how do you start Diogo Jota after Tuesday? Like, any one of us, as fans, what in his performance on Tuesday deserved him to start in a cup final today? And you could probably make that argument about Mohamed Salah as well. But at least with Mohamed Salah, you have, well, the record books and everything that's come before. And you always think, okay, maybe there's a moment with Mo. Maybe he can make something happen. There's no way Diogo Jota deserved to start this game. None. Dave, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Worst performance of the season, and I felt like I've said that in a few turns this year, said Hex. Kwanzaa now, back to Kelleher. 20 minutes to go. Got to spare a thought as well for the fans that travelled all the way down. It's been such a lacklustre performance. Ryan said FSG need to cough up in the summer. Slot with a dumbass long ball tactics in the first half, said Devon. Yeah, the tactics were shocking. I mean, I say tactics were they like, it's hard to even make an argument that there was tactics employed there. Robert said gross misconduct, Hughes and Edwards, new owners required. So those same people that you and I, Robert, would rightly say have done nothing and have made a show of us and the club with their lack of action. The journalists wrote they're making brave decisions to hold their nerve. Remember that, Robert. Remember that, everybody else. All these yes men journalists wrote that Hughes and Edwards were making brave, bold decisions and holding their nerve till the summer. Doesn't take nerve to be cheap. The only thing that takes nerves is to be FSG and actually show up. The fucking cheek of them. I love your optimism, my friend. I do. I love your optimism. And I wish there was... Oh, here comes Chiesa now and Elliot. So Chiesa's going to get 18 anyway. I love your optimism, mate. And God, I hope you end up being right. But there's not really many signs of this changing, is there? Darwin now. Go on, Darwin. Kwanzaa. Cross left side. Overhit looking for Gakpo. And it goes out for Newcastle throw in. Right, Elliot and Chiesa about to come on now. Ryan Gravenberch going off. Another player they've run into the ground, but again, the brave, bold decision makers decided we didn't need another midfielder. Ahmed said this team is either contempt at what they've done so far this season or a team that is lost and doesn't know how to counter high press. Sad either way. So Diaz coming off now for Chiesa. So Gravenberch off for Elliot, Diaz off for Chiesa. Rob Wilson, welcome to Anfield Agenda Ultras, mate. Thank you for your support. Is it time for a Craig told you so? Mate, do you know what the really annoying part is though? I don't want to be saying that. I want to be wrong. I take zero fucking pleasure in saying that I was right. I'd much rather be wrong and celebrate with everybody. 16 to go. Ivan Yallop, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC, bro. Thank you. Bamba said, I understand Slot's trust in Salah, Grafenberg and VVD, but let's be honest, they've been overplayed. Slot doesn't rotate them enough. Absolutely. I can't think of a game we've been able to really rest Virgil this season. FA Cup, maybe, if my memory's right, but I agree. But this is what happens. When you have a small squad, you have to manage them as best as you can and don't run them into the ground. But we did run them into the ground because that's the way Liverpool play. We play a high energy game most of the time. But, you know, not many trophies won in January. You've got to see out the season. And when it came time to... Like, we all laughed at Real Madrid and PSG and stuff at the start of the Champions League, losing silly games and that. Well, they're both in the quarter-final. We finished top of the Champions League table and we're gone home. Out already. We peaked too early. Elliott's cross in. Pope gets a strong fist on it. Yeah, it happens us year on year. We peak really early in the season and then run out of energy because we don't have a deep enough squad. And when you try to point out that you asked for a deeper squad, again, the excuses start and the promises from the summer happen and rinse, repeat, we go again. Chiesa with a cross in, headed away by Newcastle. Newcastle look at the counter now. Ball into the channel. Robbo, well done Robbo. Stuck with Isak, got there ahead of him. Well done Andy Robertson. Furz looks tired and annoyed. I feel so sad, said Nessie. Do you blame him? Any of them? Like, remember, these are two players in Virgil and Mo who our club don't deem worthy of a new contract. And I don't care what anybody else says about these things being complicated, blah, blah, blah. It's all bullshit. It's cheapness from the owners. And it'll be seen at the end of the season yet again. It's entirely predictable. And we all as fans have to take the brunt of it while John and FSG and all the brown nosers get their access, their interviews, their freebies, and we're all heartbroken. But it's okay though, because the Champions League money will keep John happy. Again, though, I know we talk about this and we talk from a Liverpool perspective. You got to credit Newcastle, and they deserve the accolades and the credit, and they deserve the trophy. And usually, you know, we wouldn't be giving up, but there's not been any signs here of a Liverpool comeback, has there, or a big change? The game's just getting desperate and more stretched. Free kick here to Liverpool, wide left position. Chiesa brought down about 5 yards outside the 18-yard box. Why would VVD sign a contract? No, Barry, I'm not angry at VVD whatsoever, mate. My anger's at the owners. Again, these, like you said, Barry, you're right. This lack of ambition has a knock-on effect to the future. So I agree with you, Barry. I agree. Cross in. Again, Dan Burn there to head it away. Jones recycles it. Back to Robbo. Looking for Darwin. Second ball drops to Chiesa. Gakpo. By the way, Chiesa's done more in the 5 minutes he's been on the pitch than Jota did in the entire hour and a bit. Salah. Elliott. Ball in. Oh, Chiesa tried to take an extra touch. Should have got a shot away earlier. 3 cups down the drain, said Chris. Yep, every season though, Chris. Every season, mate. We're on for big things, then we fall apart at the end of it. Through a lack of options on the pitch. But, as you said, Chiesa's done more here in 5 minutes than Jota did in the entire hour. Look at the movement even into space from him. Elliott now. Cross in again. Headed away by Dan Burn. Back to Harvey Elliott. Knocks it forward looking for Salah. Mo takes a touch. Back to Jones. Robertson. Chiesa. Edge of the penalty area. Swaps it up across to Harvey Elliott. Elliott, lovely ball between the lines to Jones. And he's leaning back and a strike goes high and wide. Looks like Isak's getting substituted here. He's got cramp. He's already done the damage to us today with a goal. And a good finish it was from him as well. So Isak off, be replaced by Callum Wilson, and Joe Willock about to come on as well for Newcastle. Harvey Barnes coming off to be replaced by Joe Willock. Barry Ward, welcome to Anfield Agenda FC. Barry, thank you for your support, mate. Garrick said, we are hopeless, Craig. It's, yeah, Jason said, still love my club no matter what. Nobody's asking you not to, Jason. And it's endearing, mate, that you do, and I appreciate you. We all love the club, mate, but it just hurts, doesn't it, when you can see the problems and you can see the same things happening over and over again, and you just feel hopeless as a fan. You feel distraught and hopeless that you know it was coming and we can't do anything about it. And also, you got to credit Newcastle. They deserve the win. I don't want to take away from their day. They deserve their victory. They deserve the cup. Tonali, strike. Kelleher makes the save. This will probably be Kelleher's last game in a Liverpool shirt as well. Look at this, Livramento, Newcastle still attacking. And this is a Newcastle team, by the way, without Botman, without Gordon, and without Hall. And they still played us off the park. Newcastle corner now. 7 minutes plus stoppage time to go. It's soul crushing seeing what's needed but not being heard, said Ivan. Mark said losing a final but put up a fight, not just turn up. Exactly, mate, I agree. Callum Wilson out with a strike. This could have been 3 or 4 to Newcastle, if we're being honest. Gary Fry said, maybe controversial, but American owners don't belong anywhere near English football. They'll never understand the culture and it's just all about money to them. Look, I'd never lambast an entire country's ownership. I only feel comfortable to speak about our own owners. And they definitely... It's not that they just don't get the culture, Gary. They don't care. They only care about the asset value going up and it not costing them money in the meantime. That's it. And I take no joy in saying that, Gary. None. But I don't know how many years people need before they start seeing what many of us have seen years ago. Arne said, would you still consider it a successful season? So, yeah, this is a very fair question, Arne. I would, but I think we need context in it. So, would I consider it a successful season? Yes, I would. Winning the league title is always a good season. But it's always about how deflated we feel at the end of the season. So, let's look back at Liverpool's trophies in recent years. We won 2 domestic cups, lost out on the league and a European cup. Felt deflated at the end of it. We're on for a potential quadruple. And it always feels like we end up with the bare minimum at the end of the season from really good positions that we've gotten ourselves into because of exhaustion. So this week, in 1 week, yes, we're going to win the league, but we've also gone out of the Champions League at the first possible opportunity in the knockout stage, and we're about to lose a cup final. So it's a successful season, but it does need context. And the context is you feel deflated as a fan at the end of it rather than feeling ecstatic. Bulgars Taste Salty said, starting to question slot 2. Is this just the Suarez season where we rode a half forward? This makes me wonder what we actually have here. Sorry, my dog's going apeshit in the kitchen. You'll hear him getting even more loud now in a sec. When he hears the dog out the back, he screams till he gets out. Matthew said, what was meant to be a joyful season is ending in heartbreak. Losing games we should be winning, and icons of a club leaving. FSG have robbed the fans of happiness. Slot was also terrible today. Yeah, look, the manager deserves his criticism today, as do the players, no doubt about that. The team selection was bullshit. The players that he has again shown faith in haven't rewarded him, whether they're just physically and mentally incapable because of exhaustion, or whether they're deflated because they know their captain, their right back, and maybe their star forward could be walking out the door for free. I don't know, but ultimately it's heartbreak. Yeah, it's tough. LFC South Africa said, we are deflated, leggy, no creativity and no accuracy. Is your dog a Magpies fan? No. I wonder who we would support though. He's a bit of a shithouse, so I don't know who we'd support. International break should give us time to reset. For what though? We only need to just win 5 games out of 9 to win the league. That's done and dusted. There's no way we're not going to do that. But it's still going to feel anti-climax at the end of the season, you know? Because mentally we've won the league for a long time now. So yes, we'll celebrate that, but it'll feel more like a relief at that point, I think, for a lot of people, rather than excited. Another semi-attack comes to nothing. The Prem is not a done deal. It is, Colin. It is. Don't talk yourself into thinking anything but we're going to win the league, Colin. And more importantly, don't try and talk anybody else into it, because let's be rational about it. We're going to win enough games to win the league, mate. We are going to do that. I don't believe Arsenal are going to go perfect either, so. But it doesn't take away from the pain today, does it? And look, again, credit to Newcastle. They deserve their win. Craig, absolutely energyless performance today from the boys, but on the bright side, I would start Chiesa at striker rather than Jota. Yeah, I agree. I've seen more from Chiesa today when he's been on that pitch than Jota in the last 2 or 3 games. So I agree with you, mate, 100%. I'd be putting Jota on the bench. If you're willing to play your second keeper, why would you not be willing to play some of the squad that isn't fatigued? Especially after the week that's in it, Bricktop. You know, we had a really mentally and physically exhausted night on Tuesday against PSG. 120 minutes plus penalty kicks, lost it, and now we're down to Wembley and we show up with a squad selection, let's be honest, that none of us are surprised at seeing how lethargic and uncompetitive we've been today. So yes, the manager and the players certainly deserve some criticisms for today. No doubt about that. I blame the players today. Said Klopp, Norbert Klopp. I'm not reading the last part out, mate, because I refuse to say that about the players. But those Newcastle fans have waited a long time for this trophy as well. So you don't begrudge them their celebrations. Eight minutes added on. 8 minutes. Newcastle still with a 2-0 lead. We've almost had the first of those 8. Newcastle attacking again. Well done, Kwanzaa. Szoboszlai to Robbo. Out left side again to Jones. Elliott again sweeping hopeful balls out wide. Newcastle win that and the second ball. And then Liverpool have to trip. Cody Gakpo will probably get a yellow for this as well. Free kick Newcastle. Jason said, hopefully it shows the owners we need a fair few incomings. Yeah, but it's another season gone, Jason. That's my frustration with it. It's another season where had we had a couple of extra players, who knows? Maybe you're in the Champions League still. Maybe you win this game today. Andrew said, absolutely shy today. Newcastle wanted it more. 100%. Newcastle deserved their win. Yeah. Newcastle absolutely deserve their win. Jones now to Salah. Back to Elliott. Another hopeful cross in towards the far post. Strike. Yeah, Darwin can't even fucking kick the ball. As Darwin swinging at thin air. Absolutely. Oh my God. Darwin can't even find the football with his foot. 3 swings there, Darwin. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Another one here now. Through. Goal. Flags up. Flags up. This will be close. This will be close. I think he's on here, lads. I think he's on. Ryan said, congrats Newcastle, played well. He looks on here to me anyway. He's on. Goal. 2-1. Onside. Goal. 2-1. With 4 minutes of stoppage time left. And Chiesa does more there off the bench than we've seen from Jota for weeks. Peter, I don't believe we'll mess up the league, mate. He said, do you still believe them? We won't F up the league like we did everything else this season, because after this performance again, I don't know what to think. No, mate, I don't think we will. I think we'll see out the league. Why are we still waiting for this? We knew it was a goal 30 seconds ago. What are you doing? So Chiesa scores. How did it take that long, by the way? We seen a minute ago that he was onside, and it's taken another minute to get to this point. Well done, Federico. Will said, first criticism of Arne today is got team selection wrong, but final lack of desire from the players. You would imagine there'd have to be an extra 2 minutes or so added on for that check. "90 seconds plus whatever." Alan said the clock ran throughout the VAR check. It'll be added on. Newcastle throw in, out by the corner flag, deep in our half. Senior John said, how's Chiesa not starting more matches? He's been fresh after coming in. That's definitely a question only Arne can answer, my friend. Rafa's red. Thank you. Still down at the corner flag. Free kick to Liverpool now. Nessie said, very happy for Chiesa, never complained, kept his head down. What a goal he scored today. Just makes you think what could have happened if he was on earlier, doesn't it? Oh, fuck off, Sky, with your stupid TV. Glitching every 2 seconds. Newcastle now, with Willock heading for the corner flag. We're into the extra time now. And Newcastle with a corner. Newcastle just running the clock down well by keeping the ball. Alisson has a better strike rate than Nunez, said Phil Spicer. Tonali gets booked for taking too long over the corner. Orbamba said, I can't believe we let Darren go on loan but didn't add any striker in January. Jota isn't the same after the injury and Nunez is inconsistent. Still Newcastle keeping the ball in our corner. We haven't gotten anywhere since Newcastle have conceded. It's all been in our half, and they're keeping the ball and winning throw-ins and corners. Matthew said, what pisses me off is City and Arsenal fans know their owners are going to spend money to bounce back, even if it doesn't always work out. With us, it's enjoy the league title, see it in 5 years. Again, Newcastle hook it away. Callum Wilson now in acres of space down the left. And he's heading to the corner flag. Elliott. Jones can't play a simple fucking pass. Losing 2 important games back to back, said Ahmed. Another break and play here. Yeah, Joelinton, the shithouse, absolutely drags down Elliott. Another cowardly challenge. It's over. The referee blows the whistle. Newcastle beat Liverpool by 2-1 to win the League Cup. A deserved victory, if we're being entirely honest about it. And congratulations to Newcastle. Liverpool left it too late to show up and got what we deserved, which was defeat. Newcastle win their first trophy in 70 years. And you can't help but feel happy for their fans and them, but for us, don't know what to say. Again, heartache. Another week that we'll want to forget. Going out with 2 competitions in 1 week is a tough one. Congratulations to Newcastle. Deserved their win today. They were the better team on the day. No complaints from me. Just hurts. It hurts. Ladies and gents, we will be back for our match reaction in 60 seconds time. Links pinned to the top of the chat. Thank you again to our sponsors, Manscaped. Don't forget to check out the Chairman Pro package, face shaving kit, or anything else at manscaped.com. And get yourself 20% off and free shipping with our code Anfield20. We'll be back for our match reaction in 60 seconds. We'll see you there. And then we'll see you tonight as well for the late night agenda. Talk to you in a bit.